is what it is.
Alrighty, so last time we had a technical issue that kicked up. So if you watch this live, go and check out the replay either on Twitch under DMTOGG. I think that's right.
I think it's TOGG
TOGG-DM.
Is it?
TOGG.
Okay. Well, I'm not dyslexic, but I can't really speak in it. Apologize to everybody out there that has it.
It's also on YouTube.
Or you can go on YouTube and look up
YouTube's gonna be
TOGG, and you should be able to find it. Or just type Magnus Aevum.
Totally online gaming group's easier.
That too. You will find us.
TOGG-DM. 6 letters. Enter. Done.
Yeah, see? Memorizing. I'll have to do that one of these days. There was a technical issue that happened in the middle of, at the end of the stream, and last couple minutes may have been cut out for you that were live. That's okay. It is there, and I'm going to briefly recap some stuff. And, essentially, our dashing band of heroes.
Take it.
Dashing. Ha.
You were dashing. You run. It's fine. They left Palmares in the southeastern region of Balsan, traveling towards the capital. That's right. It was a traveling episode with a shopping segment in it. You should see what they bought. It was nice. It was cute. Some of it might be pretty, and I bet you they don't remember what they bought.
Nope.
But that's okay.
Zoot suit.
And Boogie. They traveled out to Reyes, which is one of the large cities in the southern reach.
Is it Reyes, Rathis, or Reyes?
I think it's Reyes.
R-A-E-T-U. Reyes.
There you go.
What? Back to your dad's issues of telling me names, and I don't remember what name's the right name anymore. It's my own city. It's Reyes.
Okay, Reyes it is.
No why.
No why.
Anyway.
MCA.
They found out that it is, well, they knew to some extent, but you all found out, hopefully, that it was a guild and company city where a bunch of manufacturing and other forms of consumer goods and necessities and the like are produced. It's one of the kingdom's most commercial regions, but it's also one of the most prosperous financially speaking. They bought some pretty close to go into proper formal society at the capital. Hopefully they'll remember what that looks like. And they traveled north and finally made it to the grand capital of Balsan by the same name. That's right. The kingdom's egotistical enough to name itself after itself.
It's kind of based.
I mean, it's pretty normal, I suppose. While there, they got to see the sights, sounds, and the gates which they had to go through and prove that they belong to the kingdom. Proving citizenship. That's fun. Made their way up into the High Reach, where the clans keep their own sections near the main capital's keep. Once there was a door that opened, showing a slightly emaciated, slightly overworked, drawn-out woman with a little girl hugging her leg. That's where we left off. Is there anything anyone wants to add?
Hi.
That is definitely adding. Huh? Did I cover everything that matters?
I think so, yeah.
I think I said a swear word in there somewhere.
There were probably a few.
We forgot about the cabbages, but...
Yeah,
Oh.
the fucking cabbage.
Yeah, that mini.
You know, I don't want to explain the cabbages. I think people should see the cabbages. We
I
did pay
agree.
homage to Avatar: The Last Airbender, the Avatar worth watching. No knocks on Korra. It's just knocks on the other one. You know, that one. Otherwise, nothing. We're good.
I think so, yeah.
We are unfortunately still down Jason/Dominus, but that's okay. He'll be busy. We are also down
One Josh.
He is perfectly okay. This time he is not sick, but life decided to take him away.
Yeah.
And in that process, unfortunately, he won't be able to join us.
Which is quite unfortunate, because Adrit will be lost in the city with...
No babysitter.
No babysitter.
I'm right here.
No
Yeah,
good
that's what we're
babysitter.
afraid of.
No responsible party.
Yeah.
Because, Richard's that. Perfect. We open our tale this evening in a grand house for an old, chieftain's daughter style home. Stonework, one story, multiple sections in a room. Most of the building is slightly circular for each of the sections, built upon each other. The timbers hewn from large old aspen pines, cobbled together into simple dovetail notches, covered with a mortared plaster for rigidity and strength. Otherwise, it's all cut stone, painstakingly laid, mortared, put together. And exactly, Brandy, responsible party. That's how it always works. The structure itself is not impressive in modern times. There are much more lavish buildings, but there are none so unique in character, outside the rest that are inside the tier clan complex. This is one of the largest buildings within it, but it is not the largest. There is actually a 2-story one, but only one, and it's the central one where the chieftain resides. You would assume the chieftain is actually Prince Xander, since he is the current head of the family in a sense of position in the government. But it is not his residency, for he lives in the actual keep. Instead, the chieftain, Ulbrich Tyr, and his wife, and most of his family live in the building.
Hey, Andrew, just want to make a quick announcement, if that's all right.
I don't have any idea if anybody can hear it.
Well, I'm just going to say, in case you can, there are some little creatures that reside in a different room in this house that are upset that their mama's not here. So I apologize that if that sound picks up, that is on me. So my apologies. Continue.
There's a puppy missing its mom.
Yeah.
You thus far have managed to stay the night in Priya's home here in the capital. You are required, as is any other member of Tyr, specifically you are. They're not required. Well, a lot more questions there. But are required to basically present yourself to the chieftain's house, whether it's to the chieftain himself or not, doesn't matter. It's more of an announcement of return. Typically in old days, you would return with a shield and pledge your shield to the family. Not really a thing physically, unless you want it to be, but it would be symbolic. Priya herself still has a family shield that she can't share with you. So you would have to have some of your own. She can give you the base materials if you'd like to have some paint.
You know what I'm really thinking?
Mm-hmm.
Is there just a barrel lid somewhere around here?
I'm sure there's a cask lid, yeah.
Thump. I have a shield now.
I mean, you can. It's going to smell of wine or ale, depending on which one you picked up.
Just adds character.
Exactly.
Do you put anything on it?
Llamel was here, and then the family crest.
Except he does it in blood because he was not going to have anything on him.
I mean,
I was told I could have some materials to spruce up a little shield.
It's got a crayon.
Give the kid long enough. So, early in the morning, Priya wakes you up. Well, she has you woken up.
What?
By Sigra, who is the master of servants. They are not...
How do you spell that?
S-I-G-R-A.
I'm sorry, you're taking notes.
I always take notes.
Sounds awfully familiar.
Okay.
Sigarda.
Oh, yeah, no. I suppose that makes sense.
S-I-G...
R-A.
All right. Okay.
She is from a subfamily, the Roka.
You said she's the master of servants?
Master of servants, yes. In Priya's house, specifically.
Okie dokie. Thank you.
Is that the one I think it is?
No, that's the one that actually runs the list.
Okay, so I don't need to write that one down. Got it.
Well, I mean, you should know who that
Nope.
is. Okay.
What was
From
her name? I wasn't paying attention.
sub-family Roka, is that right?
She's from the subfamily Roka.
Okay.
R-O-K-A.
Gotcha.
Nope, that's not her name.
I'm fairly certain I know what her name was.
What the fuck?
Sigara.
Thank you.
Are you worrying about Mom?
Yeah.
I have a
Adela.
doubt that this information will
Adela.
ever come in handy, but
A-D-E-L-A.
I'm still going to write it down.
You said the Sagara is the family
She's Priya's
Servant.
head of servants, essentially.
master. Yeah. Okay.
Think of it like, ooh, wow, I wanted to use that context, but I don't want to support that. But it's very accurate.
It's fine. I'll figure it out.
Think of it as how McGonagall is to the house that she's in charge of. She basically is responsible for everybody. It's a way of thinking about it.
Yep. Gotcha.
You would probably see either her or maybe one of her family for learning purposes.
Mm-hmm.
Probably multiple ones, not one specific. And then there's specialists brought in for particular tasks. Yeah. Past that, also that resides in the home of any consequence is Travis when he's here with Priya. You don't have to worry about
I don't need
Travis.
to write him down.
Travis isn't your problem no more. It's mine.
Yay.
That's right. Jen actually has her official character back, so Travis is mine.
Kind
And I'm still going to call him Francis by accident.
Which is so ridiculous every time.
There must be some kind of like...
Deep-rooted psychological
Yeah, some
problem.
kind of
gotta be a reason.
psychological link where there was someone in my past who was... I don't know.
It's like, that's the name I know him as.
His name is Francis, not Travis. They both end in is. Duh. I don't know.
Yeah.
You could call him Francois.
Francois.
Oh, God.
Travis.
All right.
I'm so sorry.
Thank you, Sagara.
So she's probably the one to hand you all the stuff and went here, and then she sees you pick that up, and she goes, uncouth.
You really haven't got to know me yet, have you?
I'm too old to probably care, but do what you will.
Thank you.
Do me a favor, take the mess over where the children play.
I can do that. I take my...
Do not give them any of the wine.
I wasn't going to do that. I'm at least somewhat self-responsible.
That remains to be seen.
I love you. It just keeps going.
So, pretty early in the morning, Priya takes her shield, comes to get you while you're doing arts and crafts with a wine barrel lid. She just takes one good look at it and she goes, "You're not serious."
Oh, I'm deadly serious.
Please don't be. Just be serious. I don't need you hanging from the walls by the end of the day.
I guess you're right. I'll have plenty of opportunities to piss him off later.
He's not the one that exiled you.
No, he's not.
I'm sure the old bastard's still responsible in some way, of course, but I can't... Okay, that was a car. Cool.
You think that was like a tiger or something?
At this point...
The good Floridian tiger.
Florida!
Could have been an alligator.
Didn't it sound like that came through the wall? I don't know if you guys heard that growl, but that was really loud. Good old Florida boys.
Yep.
Oh,
It
that's
just-
great.
It just adds character to the session. I'm riding a tiger now, you know?
Yeah.
You know,
Oh,
Priya, you actually
lucky.
gave me a good idea. I can instead try and make a real shield look like a wine barrel lid.
You have an hour.
Don't doubt my artistic capabilities.
She takes one look at the shield. With that handwriting, maybe I should. But that's fine. You have an hour. Where's your friends?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Great. Last I saw... The lizard's still sleeping. Okay. Adrian's just like, oh, still asleep, curled up somewhere, probably near a fire.
Probably on the ground.
Yeah, I figure.
Yeah.
You probably have like 2 or 3 furs and you're near the fire.
Comfy.
He went from a climate that was about 20 degrees warmer.
Yeah.
He's in a stone building with no central heating of any kind.
Cold-blooded. But not heartless.
Aw, that's always a good thing.
That was adorable.
What about the child? Where is the child?
What time is it?
Probably like 7 a.m.
Sleeping
Me.
for about 5 more minutes. One of the
When one of the
servants ladies trying to wake me up. 5 more minutes.
Child, you need to get up.
No.
Get up.
No.
Fine. Don't get up.
Okay.
And I will instead bring your teacher here.
Okay.
Goes to leave, closes the door. A couple minutes later, there's the knock on the door.
Mm-hmm.
Are you up?
Mm-hmm.
Are you dressed?
Yeah.
You're going to be wearing something on your head, aren't you?
No.
I trust you not. The servant comes in again. How are you dressed?
How long has it been since she left and came back?
Oh, probably 5 minutes in reality.
I wanted it to have been 10 minutes.
That's fine.
Flowers appear all around the room, and I need them both to make a dex save.
Oh, we're starting that way.
What did you just cast?
And now, I murder my house servant.
I didn't know I was rolling so quick. I didn't realize the child was as violent as Llamel.
13.
I don't know what a success is, because I don't have my character sheet on me.
Wait, what?
I give me a second. I don't know what my DC is.
Didn't we print out your character sheet?
No!
It's okay. I got
Where's my DC? I don't know what my spell DC is, guys.
So it should be 8 plus proficiency bonus plus your spellcasting stat, unless Andrew has specified otherwise, because this is a unique
11.
case. Yeah.
That's about right.
Okay, so if they succeeded, they're not blind
By what?
for 6 seconds.
Would you cast color spray?
No.
Okay. All right, you little terror. If we're going to play games,
I like games.
you're clearly awake enough to learn.
Okay.
And she goes over to, with some skill, not like, it's not like an acrobat getting through here, but enough that she's wise enough to your tricks, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, the flowers are only there for a minute.
That's fine. She goes over to a wardrobe and starts pulling out some clothes. And with a bit of effort, wrangles you enough that your wiggling self will have to be dressed.
I was in PJs.
Now, the clothes go flying as
Well, I was.
she dresses you. At some point, she picks you up, puts you on the bed, and holds the little gown wide open so you to basically jump in it.
Whee!
Get into it. She immediately spins you around, arms out. Both of them. Opposite directions. Pain in my butt. Child. Just moves your arms back. It starts to do the lace on the back. Takes a sash. Arms up. Higher. You know how this works. Puts the sash over and ties a bow on the back. Picks you up, puts you on the ground. All right. Let's go find your mom.
Okay.
She's adorable.
As you're finishing up your shield.
I would like to add something here.
Sure.
I do have calligrapher's supplies and disguise kit proficiencies.
Mm-hmm.
Could I use that to actually make a dex check to actually artistically make my shield way better looking than it has any right to be, given the hour I had?
Yeah, I'll accept that. If the dice betray you, it's just normal.
No. It didn't betray me. This is the worst time to roll a natural 20.
Oh, no. So it's too good.
It is way beyond reason good.
Okay, well,
I'm
you asked for it.
a little upset that I used a natural 20 on this.
Especially since it's a skill check and it doesn't matter at all.
Mm-hmm. But that's a 25.
Damn.
Or actually, I would have proficiency, so 28.
Oh, gosh.
What?
You have the most beautiful script ever. By that point, when Priya finally comes back to see it, you did pay attention in school.
Mm.
I'm just naturally gifted. I didn't pay attention in school.
Don't be smug. Go say hi to your daughter before you leave. I know you don't believe it, but you're going to have to deal with it. Also, I'm going to go wake your friend up. He's kind of taking up all the dog's room, too. You see over in the corner where this large hearth is at, there's 2 hunting dogs, and they've been trying to lay down, but Adred's so damn big and has probably rolled over onto the carpet they would usually lay on. They have no chance. And they've just been whimpering at him probably for like the last 10 minutes, just like, come on.
Yeah.
We said 10 spell level proficiency.
8.
It's
spell 8. So no, for your DC, it's 8 proficiency bonus, your spellcasting modifier.
Okay, so I still got the total right. Just math wrong.
Yeah, it doesn't matter about the spell level.
Okay.
So Priya has someone come over, which is one of the servants that's there. There's a total of 4 servants in the house, plus Anna's mom and Anna that live here regularly.
Oh, so her name's Anna?
Addressing Jen because she's not looking at me.
Okay.
You should have learned your child's name, so yes, Anna.
That was never a try.
Oh my God.
Surprise! Hi, I'm Anna.
I was like, character introduction? Who the fuck is this?
Yeah, that's going to happen here in a second. So the woman you saw when you guys first got here and you had very minimal interaction with yesterday, she comes out with a bowl of what looks like day-old oats and maybe some dried fruit in it and stuff like that. Puts it down at a servant's table as the young one comes in, however Jen decides to describe that, with another woman that's probably mid-20s. She's probably just old enough to be taking care of all the kids and possibly eventually having her own if she gets married. And there's probably family pressuring her to do so at some point.
Yeah.
But being her situation, you don't know it. As for the mother is probably not quite 30 or just at it, but it's hard to tell because of her appearance. She could be even older just because of how she looks. You've been told the child is yours. You've been told that the child's about 3. Priya doesn't know exactly. He's the one that told you most of it. And in a very quiet moment, Priya specifically told you that she took in the woman and child, but the family doesn't know about it.
That's convenient.
All they know is that I took in a servant that had a child. She's been living here since, and I only give her basic work and I make sure she's paid.
Thank you.
Not my problem, but I will keep her here. Now take care of your kid.
Yeah, if I knew she existed, I probably would have helped at least a little bit.
You haven't exactly been back to the capital. And I found them outside the capital, which is also a thing.
Yeah, no, I think it's been over 20 years since I've been back.
Yeah, so you probably met them somewhere. And she came in with a very fresh newborn. Oh. As they kind of look over and the servant is now rocking Adred to try to get him up. Back and forth.
This is quite a comfortable boat ride, Captain.
One of the manservants comes over with a broom.
When do we make port?
And just slaps him in the head with the bristles.
I promised I was not going to steal the rations.
Yeah, move out of the way. I'm trying to clean.
I realize it is now morning. He stands up and walks.
The manservant's like 4'9", kind of pudgy. A block of a man, but not really muscular so much as just there. His hair's really long. I don't want to call him a dwarf because it's not accurate, but he looks like a dwarf would, with a mangy beard and loose braids, short, stocky man.
He'd be a very tall dwarf.
He's a tall dwarf.
If he was a dwarf.
If he was a dwarf. The important part is it's more weight than it is muscle.
Yeah.
And he's shooing you with a broom.
He's definitely the most important character.
Okay.
This is the NPC that we all get attached to for no reason.
I don't
dies
know.
in a fire.
I didn't do it.
Yeah, Adred stands up and walks out of the way.
The dogs immediately come on go onto the carpet, do a little twirl, and then just flop with like a harumph, and then get back up and do it again because they weren't comfortable.
Yeah, that's accurate.
And the pudgy manservant starts sweeping the area and cleaning. You're all in a great room. Yeah. It's all of you.
So we're all together now?
In a very large space, but yes.
Oh, am I not learning?
You were put at a table. Sorry, you're
it's
brought in.
breakfast time.
Sorry, you're brought in towards a table for breakfast.
Ah.
How does Anna enter the room?
Well, the camera can't see all of it, so I'm not going to do it. We
I mean, if you
learned
stood
that
up-
lesson with the box.
If you stood up, you'd probably lose your heads.
So she casually skips in the room, tries her best to climb into a seat. It doesn't work, so she goes to the nearest male in the room and does that like up kind of thing until she gets lifted onto a seat. Then she sits there, grabs a fork and knife, waiting for food. Except the knife and the fork are both upside down.
That's fine.
There's no food in front of me.
They hand you the day-old oats, which is like a milky...
Delicious.
With a fork.
And a knife.
The knife is obviously instrumental.
Gently, the knife is taken away. Then the fork. They hand you a spoon.
Okay.
They slide over a small bowl with some berries in it that have been mashed. So you can mix them in if you want to.
All right. Just then you see a white little fox run in the room and jumps right onto the table next to me and starts to eat some of my berries. And I go, Biscuit, you came!
The pudgy man immediately comes over, off the table, with a broom. Feed your pet on the floor.
Okay, I get on the floor.
Young lady, get up. The animal eats on the floor, not you. And he goes about like cleaning, keeping an eye on you, and so was like 3 others in the room.
I can't get back up on the chair by myself though, so.
Oh no, okay. He put you back in the chair.
Man, she really is my kid.
A roving pain in the ass?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's why I believed her. You should have saw this child when it was only a couple weeks old. It didn't just scream. It pulled things and grabbed things. It tried to crawl into her mom's blouse at least twice. Which also seems like you.
Fair enough.
Llamel, that over there is of your blood?
Apparently, yeah.
That does seem incredibly likely.
Seems legit.
The mother comes over, sits next to you, starts eating, but like watching you and occasionally helping you put like berries in there without causing problems.
Now that we are in the capital, what is the plan?
I got no plan. I was just gonna go with the flow until I get to leave this place again.
Now that they're in a very serious conversation, I'm gonna cannonball fling some of my food over at Llamel.
So, because this is a ranged attack, I would like to go ahead and deflect missile.
Would you like to catch it or actually fling it back at something?
I want to catch it with my mouth.
Okay. I can't stop the monk.
No, that's fine.
Monk's gonna monk.
Sees Barry out of the corner of my eye. And then I give you like a really goofy look.
That's a scary look, alright.
That wasn't the look I was giving.
You said it right as you said you were giving me a goofy look. I was misconstruing.
I'm gonna act like the berry she flung at me is really sour. Just
There we go.
You expect me to eat this, Mom?
He's playing. It's sweet. Keep eating.
I throw one at the lizard man.
Excuse me.
Okay.
You're excused, Andrew.
Did you drop it on the floor?
Yeah, I was like, Biscuit runs over.
You are
So the fox gets to it before the manservant does?
Probably.
Okay.
You are supposed to eat that. It is not a projectile.
Seems to work.
At this point, I'll go walk over to the child. Brat, you need to get better at throwing those berries. If you're ever going to try and hit me with them, that is.
This is going to go great. Did you just throw the whole bowl at him?
I grabbed a couple of berries. So, like, one, because my hand's not very big.
Okay.
One is a couple. Yeah.
It's a handful.
Reaction. Eat berries as they fly in air.
You're still going to get splattered with juice because it's just like shotgun out.
That's fine.
Okay. Honey, no. She takes your hand and, like, wipes it.
Doesn't do it yet.
How do we properly sit and eat?
Like a lady.
Good. Now make sure you're doing it.
Fine.
She hands napkin to you to wipe.
Thank you.
Yeah, remember, I got your face.
At least I got breakfast.
Priya's like, eat when we get back. Let's go.
All right. I ruffle your head of, I'm not sure if you have hair yet or not.
She's 3.
Of course I do.
There are some kids who don't get hair
I have
until they're like
hair.
4 or 5.
I've never met a kid who hasn't had hair until 4 or 5.
They definitely exist.
Okay.
But I will ruffle your hair before leaving with my way more ornate than it needs to be shield.
How are you dressed?
I imagine that I got dressed for casual wear in the capital like we had previously bought for.
I'm just curious.
So I'm not like dressed to like meet the king by any means, but
We're right, but you're not dressed with it like.
I'm not just wearing a thong right now.
Okay,
yeah.
okay. I'm like, wait a minute. How are you dressed?
Yeah, I'm not just going to this man nude.
Okay. Important.
That's later.
Oh, I didn't know I had that.
We'll. Should go over to the main house. There's 2 guards that are standing there. Mostly in tribal gear. The, I guess, unusual part about it is that they're in bear furs, like head to toe. And this helmets they're wearing is like you would expect, like the top of the maw of the bear coming up over, where the teeth are just large enough to come down the foreheads. But they've accented it further to include fur that would probably be from a different animal because it's contrasting.
Yeah, you got like gray wolf fur in there.
Yeah, there's like these pauldrons that like stick out of it from like wolf furs, and there's some other just general pelts, like even some deer to be used to make the actual outfit.
Mm-hmm.
But like the cloak and pauldron set is clearly just a bear and a wolf kind of put together. They all, or the 2 of them carry hand axes that are meant for like a boarding, climbing situation.
Yeah, like they cut that hook underneath the head of the axe.
Mm-hmm. And the way the blade's done, like if you were to stick one into a tree and then use the other to lift and slice, stuff like that. The other thing they carry on them is a dirk, which is basically a spaded dagger. It's more or less one solid piece of metal. It's just leather wrapped, and that's about it. They're very tribal looking. They don't have anything in their hands. When you come up and you approach, they just lock arms as a bar.
So am I with Llamel right now?
If you followed them.
Okay. I did.
Okay.
I'll allow it.
That's fine.
That seems
I'll allow it.
appropriate.
I'm not going to kill you.
I can introduce my friend to the chief.
Priya introduces herself using her full name, which, did I use that before?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I'm going to murder those dogs, I swear.
I am Priya Vindex Tyr, 2nd in line, 3rd in family. Removed and adopted. I'm here to present myself. She nudges you.
I am Llamel Tyr, formerly exiled, here to present myself.
They give you a look. There is no such thing as former.
I'm not sure if it's former or not. I was summoned, so it's as unexiled as I can currently be. It makes sense, if you think about it. for a second and no longer.
One just kind of scans over to Adrit.
I then nudge Adrit like I knew what I was doing.
Adrit Kara, shaman of the Kara tribe.
Weird. The ones in front of Priya, the one on the side that Priya's on, moves out of the way and just kind of holds open the furs that are the doorway. There's a second door on the inside of it, but it's more ceremonial. You may go. You two stay for now.
Okay.
Priya enters, getting like this look of sorry. He goes inside, essentially.
It's okay, Priya. I like waiting. And I've got great company. Looks at the two.
I am also here.
As she starts to go through the door, her head pops back out just enough to be like,
Huh? I don't lip read.
I never learned how to read lips. That's my other character.
Roll to lip read?
Can I make an insight check?
yeah.
I'm also going to make one.
14.
Uno momento.
Did you understand what I actually did?
No, I have no fucking clue.
Oh.
Just N-O? No?
Yeah, N-O.
Okay. I guess I don't have to roll insight then.
I think that was just don't piss them off any more than I already am.
Yeah, the insight is, no, don't go playing with them. Or something along those lines. That's how Llamel would probably interpret it. When Adrit goes like, if she says no, and the no was they're not your friends, is how probably Adrit would interpret it.
I do not have many friends. It is a sad and sorrowful life.
Oh, here we go.
It's okay, Adrit. I'm your friend.
He's going to bring on the crocodile tears because he likes mimicking his predator selves.
Do not worry, those lines were not canon.
So Priya goes to go inside. You're left with 2 guards.
So what do you two do when you're really bored just standing here?
Play game.
What game?
Game.
Reaches into the back, pulls out a little old-style leather sack because they all have to be, like, in costume, if you will.
It's just bone dice. Is that,
Bone dice.
They're just shooting dice?
Yes!
Shit, I'm gonna pull out my fucking money sack and be like, I didn't know we were playing dice.
Ooh, no, we can't have money in front. It's verbal. We exchange later.
Oh, I got you. Alright.
I have always been a fan of rock, paper, scissors.
What the hell is he on about?
He's different. Ignore him. Anyways, dice.
That should be a clip.
Well, it's at 57 minutes and 50 seconds. So.
Yeah, just fucking, he's different. Ignore him.
Fuck his character. Moving on.
No, that's beautiful. I love it.
So the way this game works is pretty straightforward.
You just shoot 2 dice and...
You've played cards, right?
Yeah.
You need 5 dice.
He's just doing 21.
Shut up. Put 5 dice.
I need 2 more dice, guys.
6.
Oh, I could throw some d6s at you, but it'd be a bad idea.
What if they played liar's dice? That'd be interesting.
I needed 1. I lie.
Wow.
Would you like some dice too?
Yeah, sure.
There you go.
Thank you.
I don't know where that went.
You can have it.
So the way this game works is pretty straightforward. You want to essentially, you're going to get 3 rolls in total. You get to make a choice on what you're going to keep, what you're not. 6 is obviously high.
Oh, come on.
What?
Is this Yahtzee?
What? No. Yes.
I was like, hold on.
That's a branded game. I would never possibly do that.
You can call this not Yahtzee.
We're throwing bones here. Leave it alone. When you throw bones, you want to try to get a minimum of 3 of a kind. High as you can.
Ideally a straight.
If you could get it straight, that'd be amazing. If you can actually get a counting, it's actually amazing. Going 1 through 5. Or 2 through 6 or whatever. It does not roll over. I know somebody tries that, so I'm just going to mention that now.
What do you mean by that?
You can't go 4, 5, 6, and then 1, 2.
No, that's stupid.
Oh, okay.
Because then it's 1, 2, you're missing something, and then the rest of it's not there.
Okay.
4 is better than 3. 5 is better than 4.
Wow.
We see how that goes, right?
I'm sorry. Could you elaborate?
Yes. So
I get how many rerolls?
we're going ahead and you roll, and he shows you an example. He's like, I got a 1, another 1, a 2, a 4, and a 6. So given the fact that I have 2 1s, it means I would have a pair of dice, but they're not useful until I have at least 3.
Okay.
2 will do nothing for me.
No, I was joking about the whole elaborate.
He doesn't know. He's going to literally tell you.
Okay.
So he has to make a guess. Do I just re-roll all 3 and keep the 2 and hope that I can get more 1s? Or do I keep the 6 maybe because it's high and hope I can get more 6s?
How many rerolls do we get?
You get 3 rolls in total.
Okay.
To get the best you can.
Yeah.
You can roll and keep however many you want each cycle, but you only get 3 rolls in total, so whatever you have at the end.
Okay.
The way this works, high
I'm
card,
done.
high die.
Hi, die.
I'm done. I did it.
Wins the pot. We bet every roll round, and you have to have an initial ante.
Oh.
We don't play for high money usually because we're bored, but if you want to, I'll show you a bar later.
I'll just start the ante at 10 silver.
What do you think they pay guards?
Do you not get paid in silvers, or do they pay you in coppers?
It's not.
It's coppers a day.
I'm sorry, I'll start at 10 copper.
Okay, let me start at
So 1 silver?
Yeah.
let me start at your entire monthly budget, please. Okay, 1 copper or 10 copper, 1 silver. Ugh. Okay.
It seems high, but all right. Each of them basically agrees.
Yeah,
And what they do is...
I agree.
Huh?
I'm just rolling for the other guard, so I have something to do.
Oh, okay, that's fine with me. So what they do is essentially write in the sand near them whatever they have anteed in. So if it's a silver, they basically make a mark for basically a circle to represent silver. A line is copper. And if you do a circle with an X in it, it's gold.
Mm.
And then,
We don't go higher than that.
And then there's hash marks to say how many. So he does a circle and does a hash mark that he's agreeing to 1 silver for ante.
Okie dokie.
Don't show your dice.
Show your dice, got it.
No, what? Your friend is not listening well. I've decided to keep 3.
I'll keep 4.
I have decided to keep 2.
I will check.
Same. I know it's not my turn, but.
I probably shouldn't use the word check.
I,
Makes it seem like we're gambling on Twitch. We're not doing
how about I'll pass?
I'll pass.
Huh? I'm not familiar with
You're
these-
gonna also pass.
Okay. Stupid.
I'll raise 5 copper.
Oh, fuck this guy.
He's so expensive about it. We're here for fun.
I think we have money.
I gotta make this visit worth my time.
I thought you were here to see the chieftain.
I am. You heard what I said.
But he puts 5 hash marks next to the copper. I will re-roll 2. You can choose.
Yeah, I know.
If you agree to his terms, you have to add the 5.
Yep.
Before you roll. Okay.
It was so much better when we weren't betting.
Sweet. Okay, we're rolling again. Okay.
I will keep 1.
I'll keep my 5.
Okay.
I suck at Yahtzee. This is totally not Yahtzee, by the way.
I mean, it's technically not.
It's somewhat Yahtzee.
I'm
It's
gonna
dice
roll
game.
3 again.
You're going to roll 3 again?
I was always raised to take chances.
I was
will
not,
keep-
so I will pass.
I will keep 4 and roll 1 more.
So you will stay in as well?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll check. Why not? Or I'll pass. Why not?
All right. I am rolling my last one.
Same.
3.
How many?
Oh, I'm not rolling. I'm keeping.
I am going to shoot
I don't need to
myself.
reroll.
You have kept all of your dice.
I'm confident.
And you wouldn't be able to ante anyway.
No, I could say that my dice are better than yours.
They
You can only
most
ante if
certainly
you
are.
roll.
Sure.
I have kept my die.
We don't get another reroll, so we're done rolling.
Mm-hmm.
I'm keeping all of them because I don't get another reroll.
So, try to make the best combination you can.
I did it.
At this point, your dice would be visible. I'm going to go ahead and just... this probably won't show up on camera.
I'm sure we can just say what we have.
Yeah, it's fine.
I'm going to put it up there anyway because I want you all to see it. And you can deal with the results.
Yeah, I'm not gonna see that.
It's the one facing me, the numbers you got.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that does beat mine.
Like, they're the tops of them are on camera. It's 5 6s.
He wins.
I have 5 dice all of the same value. And they're
Oh,
high
I
value.
see. 5 6s. Okay.
And I could have cheated too.
So, like,
Did you say I cheated?
I'm pretty cool.
Damn right I did.
I got a 2, I got a 3, I got a 5, and I got 2 6s.
So you have 2 6s.
Yeah, that's it.
I got a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, and a 5.
You'll have them all.
Well, he's missing a 6.
You only have 5 dice.
I know.
Well then, I do not remember if 5 beats a straight.
I think 5 of a kind definitely beats a straight.
Did it?
Yeah.
It's been a long time since any of them
Do
have
you
done
want the
that.
money or not, man?
Well, and who was cheating? You accused it of me.
Fine, go broke.
Were you cheating?
No, I
No.
fucking lost.
Clearly, I was cheating.
Could I roll sleight of hand and cheat?
You could have. Nobody did.
I debated it, but I was like, I don't have stats. It's fine.
I got a +8 to it. I really should have. Although, you know what? Lamel's an honest
I
person.
love how everybody played this as honest as it gets. Like, we could have cheated so bad.
Well, the
I've
first
seen-
time I did this, when we were just pre-gaming, I was like, I fucking got it.
We're playing for 1 silver and 5 copper. I don't feel the need to cheat.
We do.
Yeah, you guys.
So we
We're
can rent.
adventurers. We're rich. you know.
Somebody from inside comes out that's more dressed. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Kick the dice out of the way.
Immediately it just kicked the dice. They go tumble it across the field, and immediately it's brushing. No, hold on. It's brushing the marks, too.
That's what I was trying
And both of them pop up.
to stand to attention.
Haha, you almost got caught.
It sees the two of you that are just dumbfounded, probably looking, because it doesn't look like you guys did anything about it.
I'm not going to hide the fact that I was messing around with the guards. I think it's hilarious that they're so, like, scared about being caught.
The guy that comes out is dressed kind of like them, but has jewelry of some kind that's mostly metals.
Has, like, some cool antlers going on.
Yeah. And instead of a dirk, he actually has a long knife.
Kind of like a gladius kind of deal.
More primitive, but same idea.
Okay.
No axe. And actually, there's a whip on his back. Why are you on the floor?
I got bored waiting.
So you gamble. Come pay your respects, Llamel.
Sounds good to me.
Bring your friend. I don't like the idea of one staying outside. It's too cold for them, and I'm not being responsible for his family.
You are very polite.
Don't count on that.
Why is everyone I meet such a dickhead?
It's the capital. What do you expect?
Llamel, remind me to find a location where the people...
That's the wrong voice that I wanted for this guy, so it's too late now, but it doesn't matter.
You went to
Hey.
Dicks R Us and said,
No, he's supposed to be an
"Everything's
ass."
on sale.
Yeah, you could change the voice whenever you want, man. It's your campaign.
It's true.
Do it!
I was
Do
gonna-
now!
I was going
What you
with
want?
the regular voice, like my normal voice.
Just do it now!
You're an adult.
Right now!
As
You
long
make
as you're
your
doing
own
Arnold, that's never happening.
Then you are never changing your voice! Hi, I am Adrit. I'm going to lift a thing and shoot a gun.
I don't think you have a gun.
I do now.
Oh my gosh.
Can Adrit just, like, chain belt an M60?
What are you on, sir? Stop that.
We're on anger.
Think how cool it would be, though.
No, it's the ADD coming into effect.
Oh, I know, right?
All right.
So as you go in, tent flap moved. There's actually wood doors that would normally latch, and they bolt into the ceiling from the inside. It's a large space, very much like Priya's house when you first walk in. There's wood floor, which is the same as how hers is. More polished, cleaned, shiny, less stepped on, you can tell. But there's stains from time and things that have probably just happened in the building over the years. Roof leaks. Maybe there's a fight. Hard to tell. I mean, it doesn't matter. There's stains in the stain of the wood, and it's obvious. There's rugs thrown about all over the place that are various hunting animals. No predators. It's all prey animals. No heads, just furs. There's even a large square table that is just high enough that you could stand at but couldn't sit at comfortably. It has like rabbit furs on it and what looks like a model of the keep, in addition to the tier compound and like independent little shield flags that have been put in each of the houses that probably just represents who lives where. It's not really a war table, but it feels like one pretty quickly. Additionally, there's a series of some maps in and around that area space of the room, and there's a door off to the side from it that is wide open to what looks like a study. Very homey feeling. Somebody's taken the time to put boards up in different places. You can see a bookshelf, probably a cask for and bottle of some fine liquor or maybe a wine in the cask, but it's questionable because it's standing upright with one of the turn taps. Not very likely to be wine, but it could be. It would aerate and smell nasty after like a couple of days, so it's probably not. A couple of pewter glasses and horn glasses that are would be precariously put if somebody didn't take the time to fashion like little rings for the horns to go into. But they have like little handles on them themselves as well, wrapped in furs. And it's basically like a smoking room would be in like old America or an English parlor room. But instead of that, it's more of a drinking room for tribal people. Okay. Right? It even has that look and smell to it.
Yeah.
It's very cozy, and there's clearly a nice fire in that room. In the room you're in, there's a double hearth. There's one on both sides of the space. One near the war table that's much smaller. It's got a couple of logs in it, and it's got large metal screening on it to catch anything coming out of it. Pure stone, whole thing. The whole entire wood area around it's all been laid stone around it that raises slightly so it wouldn't touch either. And it has a flat hearth to it that there is it's a little different than a hunting hound. It's a little bit more like a wolfhound would be, right? With that scraggly, almost wiry hair that just goes everywhere. Mm-hmm. And when they shed, it sucks.
So like the sheep herding dogs?
Yeah, like, kind of like
okay.
Yeah. Huh?
An Australian Shepherd, you say?
No, like an Irish wolfhound kind of dog.
I got excited.
Yeah, no, sorry. It's like a dusty old gray dog, and it's definitely up there in years. Yeah. And it's just frumped and just looks at people as they come in with its eyes. It doesn't move its head, nothing. There's two cats in the room. One is this dusty brown. What I mean by that, it kind of looks like it's got like black pattern all through it that would make it look like a calico if it had the orange to support it. But instead it's just brown and black, and there's none of that contrast that gives it a third color. Got a little spot in its face, comes down a little bit on its nose. That's just off contrast. Past that, it's got mittens on the front paws. And it's kind of sitting up on one of the shelves that are behind it. And it too is just watching people. The other one is on the ground, much younger. It's charcoal gray with white like leoparding. And it's playing with what looks to be an animal bladder.
I suppose that's more normal in like a tribal setting.
Yeah, it's like an animal bladder. Yeah. Somebody didn't want to make haggis out of it, I guess. No, I'm kidding. Wrong place, but same idea. Take a pig's one, try it out. Old school pigskin. Yeah, same concept. Same concept. There's two servants that are bringing glasses over to what looks like Priya and two others. One is a man that actually didn't arrive in nice clothes, but is instead dressed like He's dressed like a knight, full plate armor, the nice classical pauldrons, smooth and clean. This is not functional armor. If this guy fought in it, it would work, but the armor ain't protecting him from like real blows.
Yeah.
Somebody takes a war pick to him, he's opening up like a tin can and not actually like armor would.
I mean, to be fair, a war pick fucks up plate armor, even if it is practical.
A sword will mess him up.
Okay, there you go.
Better?
Yeah. I'm sorry, this is...
I'm aware of war picks would tear armor up, but I mean like literally it would sneeze in his general direction and it would just go like it's a can opener. It's made out of something that is clearly not reinforced.
Yeah.
It's too shiny.
It's the fancy, good-looking armor.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't have a tabard on. Instead, he has a cross cloak that is covering his right arm.
I don't know what that is.
It's instead of wearing the cape backwards, it's on the side.
Oh, that's cool.
And it's shorter than normal.
Okay.
So that way it doesn't cover your wrist. Unless...
So it's like a half mantle?
Exactly.
All right.
But they're tied off on the side, so the clip's here and clip back here, so it stays over there. It doesn't take probably Llamel very long to recognize the family crest for Roka.
Do you not fucking read the directions?
I thought you said... Okay.
I was placing that in the middle of the table. Inconspicuously.
I thought you were giving it to me. Okay.
I don't know what just happened.
Don't worry about it.
I have 3 people and I've lost control of my game for 2 of them.
I am so sorry.
Llamel recognizes the Roka family crest, which is a sub-clan within Tyr. You would have been drilled about it as a kid, so whether you want to remember or not, it's probably just there.
Uh-huh.
The second seal that's on there, you've not seen before. But either of you can make history checks if you'd like to try to figure out the heraldry. I would need Adrit to do that at advantage because you study religion.
Okie dokie. So is it a religion check or just a history?
It's still history, but because you study it, it still would show up in both circles.
Natural 1 for a 3.
That sounds fair.
That's going to be a 15. Wait, you said advantage?
Yes.
Okay, never mind. That is going to be still a 15.
Hey, look, it's always the potential. It doesn't guarantee anything.
Yeah. Not in my...
So he is a Queen's Guard. The reason this is religiously significant is because they are the members of the Ministry of Darkness that protect the royal family. They carry the same crest the witches of Ross used to. The crest is the exact same.
Guard.
Which is why the religion part would kick in.
And you said something, what about the royal family?
So the Queen's Guard basically is the members of the Ministry of Darkness that protect the royal family.
Ministry of Darkness that cannot type very well.
That's fine.
So the witches of Ross are like culturally significant to the tier because they were one of the founding clans, but nowadays
it's
they're just legend.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's mythology and ritual.
Crest.
Like a lot of the practices that would have been done in the past that would have probably had real significance now are religious ceremony.
Yeah, it's just honorific at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So everything we talked about in session 0 is now more of a acting more than it is doing.
Yeah. It's like our own...
It's your own communions, your own...
It's the Iliad to our current day.
Yeah, exactly.
I got it.
Well, a little bit more. Probably Iliad, Odyssey, and Aeneid and all that. Because it's all the whole founding of Rome kind of story.
Yeah.
But was it built in a day?
No. As you already know from the war, it was quite long. The fact you recognize it actually does have some mild significance. Because the witches of Ross are like historically significant to your own tribes as very adversarial.
So like
the individual wouldn't be, but the old culture would have been.
So like we're the enemies with the witches of Ross?
Religiously speaking, yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. But this guy's
something about being okay with eating your people never settled well.
Maybe.
Your people might have been hunted and eaten. Just saying.
I mean, if they taste anything like crocodile, like shit, can you blame them?
I'm not going to say yes or no. I live in Florida. Yeah. And we've all probably had access to gator at some point.
Tastes like chicken.
Yeah. It tastes like chicken, but gator like chicken.
It's oily.
It's oily.
I don't like gator. It's gross.
I fucking love gator.
You'll really hate snake then.
Anyways.
Random. Anyway, so this individual is probably one of the few people you've ever seen that is like actually blonde. Like, truly got blonde hair. Everybody else is questionably blonde if they ever are. This person's got like that beautiful French,
like Prince Charming,
classic French look where it's like the smooth, clean line. Probably has
that, like,
brushed out
hazelnut.
Huh?
Got that like vanilla hazelnut kind of coffee
Mm-hmm.
looking hair.
Even smells of like a fresh bakery of sorts, but without all the bad sides of that.
The guy's literally a cinnamon roll.
There you go. Gonna do that Tootsie. Oh, sorry, that's not the same thing. Got two. Awesome. The actual half cape cloak, whatever, colored really wouldn't matter for the Queen's Guard. His is blue, but it doesn't have to be. All the clan symbols are embroidered in silver or gold, depending on the individual's choice. Doesn't have any significance in the ranking or nothing like that. He is not armed. His shield is probably what's laying on the table. He does not have a traditional tribe shield, and should, based on what Rita explained anyway. Instead, he has put down a modern metal shield.
It looks like someone didn't do their homework.
Guess not. It is a round shield, so at least he went, in the right shape and designs. But yeah, he has a modern round shield that's put there, and the only thing that's on it is what looks like a bloody handprint. There's two of them going like you went like this and just slapped it on, or intentionally, which is probably more realistic.
Yeah, don't get ink on both hands.
Yeah, it's the same hand. It's clearly the same hand. So I should have said it's this, but yeah. Thumbs pointing opposite directions and all that.
Yeah.
Past that, the second person that's standing there is in tribal-looking outfit. A little bit more updated. He's got actually a robe. There's that, instead of wearing leathers. But he does have some leathers, like clasps with some metal that's attached to it that looks kind of like a bangle that somebody gave a leather cuff to, and let the bangle be like the back weight on it. And wrapped around it is a snake, kind of like how the Ouroboros would do that. It's chasing its tail. And they're acting like torques, but they're attached to the bangle itself. He does have actual torques that are up here, but they're pretty nondescript, but there's like not work in it. And it's what's keeping the rest of his robe from coming down his arms. It's on both sides. He also has torques on his leg, right above his boots that he's wearing, but they don't have any significance outside of just decorative. His belt's just dyed leather. Past that, nothing signifying who he is. He's older, probably in his 50s, you'd guess, given that he has some wrinkles to his face, but not enough to actually be old.
Okay.
That's right. 50's not old. I'm not there yet. So I got to claim it, so if I want to get there, it's like, I'm not old, and I can justify it.
What?
Later.
You're not 50?
Right? His hair is starting to gray a bit. It's shorter than most would be sensible in this kind of climate, but it's there. It's a messy mop of stuff. Salt and peppered out. Past that, hidden the weapons. Then there is an old man that for a moment Llamel starts to recognize and then thinks twice of, well, maybe not. Maybe it's how old the guy is. You can't guess exactly how old he is, but he's already well past retirement from any government service, which they kick you out at 60. Like just flat out. Forced retirement for anybody in the clans is just guaranteed, and the family's expected to take care of you. Most people may pick up, a hobbyist job or join a company, but they're not allowed in guilds. You cannot have guild membership after 60 either. It's retire, serve the family, walk away. Just like the military when they start, like you go in wet and screaming, and you come back out just sad and beaten. Well,
no knees either.
Yeah, well, I mean, on the wrong side of it.
Mm-hmm.
The Coliseum won't kick you out at 60. If you're dumb enough to keep fighting, that's your problem.
Or if you're badass enough.
Well,
if you're like some big, muscular,
like
Roshi looking
yeah,
guy.
I mean, hey, you want to do it, go for it. They will not kick you out. You want to put on a show, that's fine. Just make sure you put on a show. They'll kick you out if you're not entertaining. Right? He's outfit is kind of, I guess costume would be an appropriate word, is a costume. It's very new looking. It's clearly animal fur someone else hunted and put together. It's not as nice as what the guards are wearing, because theirs looks like it was actually tanned and properly processed. This looks like it was manufactured. Even the head looks taxidermied fake instead of like properly processed with like a sap or some sort of natural resining. But he is in bear guard. It does have a round shield that's on the table. The round shield is more symbolic and much smaller. It's like this big.
Okay.
But you could use it as like a cheese wheel if you wanted to.
Yeah, it's a serving dish.
It's like a serving dish style. It's still made like a shield would be made, but it's clearly not important. These three men, the only one that really matters is the old man. Priya's, of course, standing there too. She's having some general conversation with the salt and peppered looking dude in the robe, while the blonde one is just running his mouth nonstop. You see, imagine if you will. All we need to do is convince Xander to give up the seat and appoint Ingrid. Let Ingrid serve. We can push the vote through, convince the rest of the clans that she would be service, and once she is groomed, we can then ensure that we have the right seat sitting within the throne. We'll even give her a husband. Yes, I am aware she's very young. It'd be unusual to put somebody in their mid-20s, but consider the prospects. There's no children to worry about, no fuss of succession issues, not that there should be to start with, and Xander can retire.
So is the blonde guy speaking or salt and pepper?
The blonde dude.
Okay. Is anyone listening to him, or?
The old man, supposedly. Doesn't look like it.
Okay.
So I'm supposed to come here and pay respect to some guy. Do I see this guy I'm supposed to pay respects
The
to?
old man. You're fairly certain. But you don't know for sure.
Can I roll like a history check to see if the face rings any bells or like... All right, that's a 15.
Okay. Why is this not typing? There we
That's
go.
give or take what I imagine she'd look like, by the way.
Fucking snooty Shruti over here.
That's me.
Taking a good look around the room, and with your roll, you're fairly certain based on the shields. It's actually to do with salt and pepper hair. That would be Albrecht.
His name's Albrecht, you said?
Albrecht.
All right. Adrit,
Yes.
come with me. Time to pay respects to Albrecht.
I will ensure that anything you need to do is done well. Sanitos, give this man my blessing, and yours.
Guidance!
I love having guidance.
Yeah. It's still only a D4?
It doesn't ever go up.
Oh.
It's a
That's what I
it's a
thought I did.
cantrip.
So,
It'd be cool if it did. If I
What?
could kind
Is
of
it inspiration?
Inspiration goes up,
okay.
yeah. But
Yeah, inspiration will go up.
I'm no bard. Yeah, just kidding.
I make my way over to Mr. Salt and Pepper.
Mm-hmm.
And,
Priya noticing does the etiquette, like, slight sidestep and...
backs out so I can join in the conversation.
Adger's just in the corner a little bit.
Albrecht, I present my respects.
No, a man of taste. A little excessive refinement, but taste.
Grandstanding is what I'm best at. Lamel here. It's been a very long time.
Interesting. Goes the class, do the whole
Mm,
thing.
good old macho handshake.
Yeah.
You son of a bitch.
You guys just straight miss.
Wrist to wrist, baby. We are blood brothers.
Hold on to miss sign.
And you thought I was going to be the problem.
That's not a problem.
I was explaining our family's situation.
Yeah, it's a fun one, isn't it?
It is. It seems Ulrich here is the one that actually requested your exile removed.
Oh, I am humbled and honored that somebody actually wants my presence.
Need is pressing importance.
Oh, okay, I'm needed. Gotcha. That's fine. I like being being allowed within 100 feet of this place.
That remains to be seen if I find that acceptable.
All right.
However, I am not a supporter, as he looks over to the blonde guy that's just rambling, of Tyr maintaining its position. And I feel you would understand why Xander shouldn't be ruling in a hereditary fashion.
Certainly so.
So I've chosen, apparently wisely enough, based on just a few moments of exchange. Good. I assume I can count on your vote.
Yeah, sounds reasonable enough.
Good. Tradition is a valuable thing, and I think keeping it at this point in juncture is the wisest option. Accepting a hereditary line invites the next one to take the throne, to keep it. And given the bloody past of our clans, and the current of the Northern Reach issues and the rebellion, that is only a year or two old at this point, I don't think it would be wise to establish precedents outside tradition like that.
When the ship is rocky, stay the course.
I have not been on the ocean, but I presume that is an adequate adage.
I want to roll insight to see what kind of vibe this guy's giving me.
Sure.
All right. That is a 24. Throat is so sore today. I don't even know why.
The tradition is the shield in his statement, but it's not inaccurate.
So what
He's not lying, it's just political subterfuge.
Okay. How do you spell his name?
A-L-B
A-O-B.
R-E-I
R-E-I.
T-C-H.
Okay.
So, who exactly are you putting up to get Xander out of here?
The general tradition accepts Caleb as the next. I would not oppose anyone but Ailstraw at this point. If they were to take the line again, we are inviting the same issue.
So really, we just need someone so supremely underappreciated, or really not wanted in the throne, that they would actually be wanted there.
You mean a TOGG?
I wasn't thinking quite that extremely, but that's not a bad idea.
The only other option would be pulling one of the minor clans. It's not outside the rules, but it would be hard to get that kind of support.
And would invite other issues.
Well, political ones.
Those can be navigated later, as opposed to ruining the entire thesis this kingdom was founded on.
I didn't know you were a statesman, Llamel. I would have talked to you sooner.
I like to consider myself educated in the manners of policy.
And Priya, you did not tell me that he actually took an education outside of the Colosseum.
She goes, well, I didn't think you did.
She's looking at it like dumbfounded. She's just like...
Don't worry, Priya. It's only that I'm teasing you. We are family, after all.
Who did you bring? Pointing to.
Adrit, please introduce yourself to Aldrich here. This fine man.
At this point, Adrit would actually bow, which I would say in terms of world building is not something that a lot of lizardfolk tribes actually do, but is more of an attempt of Adrit's to assimilate into the culture of Balsan, and so he's kind of been taking notes just subconsciously. I am Adrit Kara, the current shaman of the Kara tribe. I have traveled far to learn more of your people's culture and have allied myself with Llamel here. And, well, I am just accompanying.
Evidence of your stagecraft. Managed to make friends with one of the tribes. Independently, I might add. Have you been given any promises or assurances?
No, sir.
We will see what you really need and see if something can be arranged. I will leave you with your alliance intact. I would not dare encroach, so as is appropriate. You say to learn.
Say again?
You say to learn.
Yes, to gather as much knowledge as possible.
In what craft?
Well, first, as more of a hobby, to learn about the other peoples of this world. I find them intriguing, and I think all life is precious. But more important to my tribe itself is knowledge about the spirits, further than just what the tribe possesses at the moment.
It sounds you need sponsorship into an academy.
If that is what it must take.
You would thrive academically.
Man, if only you knew a professor.
Man, if only that had worked out.
There was one time I tried.
He knew 3! At one point he knew 3.
It's like, hey guys, so I need help with learning something important to the past of my tribe. How you doing?
Dead.
He turned around, looked at him now. Please help me.
Llamel, all of my teachers have fucking gone on sabbatical. So yeah, that's pretty much what Adrit says.
Nice. I don't even know what it says. I want to be surprised too. Well, I can't promise much right now. And it would be inappropriate in this venue. But it is a pleasure to meet you and one of your tribe. At least one that is not here to make coin or practice a trade. So few are learned. Not that your tribe wouldn't be, it's just they usually don't try to find patronage or support. And I find it interesting you have found a wayward prince. Isn't that what he should be considered?
Yes, although that title seems to carry more baggage than it's worth nowadays.
Probably true. Given the situation with your mother, I would not assume. And I don't know the full details, so...
Although you bringing it up is very interesting.
Well, I had to find you in the roles to actually announce you, didn't I?
Fair enough.
Well, relations aside, to me, he is just, and I put the hand on the shoulder, a friend.
It is good to hear. I welcome you both. Consider yourselves formally acknowledged. Should you need residency or clearance paperwork of any kind, I could make sure it is arranged. You have somewhere you're staying?
I've actually got an appointment with a realtor later today to purchase a property.
Ah, okay. Moving quickly, it seems. Settling back in.
I tend to move quickly.
All right, that is good to know.
Should you need anything of me, Aldrich, please feel free.
It sounds like a wonderful promise. It's the same, of course. I would happily exchange whatever you might need or access. Please be advised that my limitations are within ministries of darkness and law only. I have some influence connections otherwise. Should you need them to do any sort of appropriate discounts, let them know that you have been given clan favor, and I will address it as appropriate.
Thank you very much.
The blonde finally gets done ranting at the old man, who is half asleep.
Half asleep.
He's on his feet, very well practiced at sleeping on his feet.
Wow.
And the old man just goes, well, I will make sure that I vote as according.
I will make sure to vote. Thank you very much.
So do we just passively notice this?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I'm half in my right mind to tip him for actually talking him to sleep.
Oh, yeah, that's where he woke up. It's like a practice statement, you know, like those ones when people just say something they know should fit what the conversation was.
Yeah, sounds about right.
It sounds exactly. Yeah, see.
Kind of taps Llamel on the shoulder, leans over and whispers to him, I think that Ulbrich is the only one here actually prepared.
Did you not
Priya's
see?
right
I was
there.
like, did you not see Priya?
And I am right here.
I meant out of the new people, but I apologize. Of course, you and Priya as well, but Blondie and Mr. Old Guy over there.
The two of them part ways as the block basically says something briefly to Albert in a departing greeting. Albert very stately like goes, have a wonderful day, kind of thing. Priya just kind of looks at you and she goes, we have other appointments?
We have more appointments? Did I not get an itinerary? What? I'm fucking with you, Priya. What do we got to do?
Let's give the man his time and we'll discuss other matters. Besides, you need a house.
I give Aldrich a gentleman's bow, and I bow out of the conversation.
It's just a simple. You return home. What is the child doing in its middle of its lesson?
I need my dice.
That is supposed to be a lesson in, let's say, it's an art lesson. But the art lesson isn't you drawing or anything like that. What they're trying to get you to do is actually learn proper handwriting. So you have a brush and ink and a lot of paper.
I cast sleep on myself.
What? You what?
I cast sleep on myself.
As you start to cast, like literally as you start to cast, the instructor wraps you pretty hard with the back end of the brush. It's a pretty solid piece. It's like yay long, right? You start to cast, and of course it has somatic components,
Yeah, I know.
right? And you start muttering, and then, no. I don't know what it was. No, little girl. We are writing. She puts a brush in your hand, holds your hand over, and as you start doing a letter, this is what you walk into your daughter doing.
I spell out no fun.
I question how legible that is.
It's not very.
I walk over, see
Item
the no fun written there, and I just correct where the errors are, at an exclamation point as well.
What errors were made?
Given his writing earlier, he's probably correct.
How much free time do I have, Priya?
Couple hours.
You want help with your writing class?
No.
I can make writing fun. I can make it real fun.
No fun.
No fun.
I'm just gonna sit down with my daughter and with my superior calligraphy skills, 'cause I'm an adult, not because I'm actually good at it.
My superior, I've been writing longer than you.
I'm not 3.
Watch out, sport. This is how you write.
You fucked.
What
And I'm just gonna help with the instruction on writing.
What kind of artisan tools do you
Alright.
think?
Still no fun.
What kind of artisan
Oh, but
tools
that's really
do you
good.
think would be appropriate for like making some kind of doll or something like that?
Tool-wise, Depends on what you want to make it out of. I mean, if you can carve something out of wood.
Yeah, but I was
Taylor.
like a fur.
I will say Biscuit is in the room. Just for anyone who gives a shit.
The fox is just kind of chilling.
Yeah.
It's a white fox?
Yeah.
So it's like a little snowy fox?
Yeah.
Like Arctic style? Or is it like just white? It happens to be white.
He's like an Arctic style foxy.
Okay. So it's floofy.
Yeah.
Oh, I was kind of thinking like Fennec.
Blue.
With
With the big old ears.
He does have big ears though.
Okay. So it's a white fennec fox.
Yeah.
That's floofy.
Yeah.
It's probably crossbred.
And has 6
Probably.
legs.
That's not on me. It's not mine.
No.
And 6 wings.
No, we're not supplying a dragon.
Thank you.
She has normal legs.
Now I know where you two are going.
No, but like,
No, wait.
How dare you visit the dragon again?
Only 2 years.
like a stuffed animal kind of doll.
I would probably say that's probably a tailoring skill of some kind.
So like weavers.
Yep, that's about right.
Okay. And
Since they don't specify tailor tools.
yeah, so I would try to find like a servant or something and ask around if they have like cotton or something or yarn or like that lying around.
They point you to
The arts and
The next
crafts
door
section
neighbor.
in the...
The next door neighbor.
his name's Timothy.
Timothy. Okay.
Shut up.
No, it's a name.
I love it.
Uh,
Tim the Toolman tape.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm basing it on. He needed some tailored tools, so I sent him to Tim.
But I
Leave me alone.
No, I love it. I appreciate it. My childhood is lighting up right now.
Good.
I would try to approach him and ask for some of that, of course, being ready to pay and all that. So
Do you need him to show you how to do it?
I know. No, I know.
You already know how?
We'll find out.
Knowledge cleric.
Okay, well, he just lets you borrow it since you're a neighbor.
Yay!
After confirming you're staying with Priya.
Okay. And
This
in the
weird lizard shut up at my door. What the fuck?
He does show you a different set of tools. Initially, you're given like this toolbox,
Yeah.
which is just a wood case that opens up like a old school steel lunchbox would have from like steelworkers kind of days. And inside's like a dual insert and then a bottom bed.
All right.
Bottom bed probably has like a roll cutter, a pick, maybe some like knitting needles, a liner for a loom that folds out, and stuff like that. And then maybe some like a soft mallet, like a short one, and it's called a spline pick, I think. My brain's trying to remember actual artifacts, and there's no point in this whatsoever. It's stuff that you would do to sew with using both a loom and like macrame and with reeds.
All right.
The coolest thing in the box is
Cool
this
stuff.
knife that basically comes up and kind of curls, and the edge is in here. And it's a sheathing knife. It's meant to go down like reeds and peel.
That's cool.
You got a potato peeler.
Today you see them most commonly used on bamboo, but I mean they've been used all over the world.
Spear.
All right.
Yep.
So in the meantime,
Grabbing reeds off rivers and stuff. Yeah, 100%.
while they're doing their thing, I'd want to get Biscuit's attention.
Okay.
And then I would want to use my channel divinity for 10 minutes, I believe. Yep. Give myself proficiency with the weaver's tools. And get to work on making a stuffed animal version of Biscuit.
So you need Biscuit to sit still and just kind of be a model?
Also, you said that, right? Okay.
Because you interact with Biscuit?
Yeah.
Oh no. What did the child do?
It'll trigger either
Does
way.
this apply
Yeah,
then? Okay.
you trigger it.
Read out loud, okay.
It says out loud. You can't react and read. You read and react.
But I'm reading this?
Yeah.
Welcome to the
It
reaction
says
channel.
read out loud.
Okay. Hi, I'm Biscuit.
Biscuit's a girl, by the way.
I'm Adrian. I'm trying to.
I'm just informing you.
I know, but I'm like, in a sweet, polite, childish voice, which you also have me do it in my character's voice. Hi, I'm Biscuit. You'll give me all of your money or face the wrath of the evils within the deepest layers of hell. Thank you. I'm so lost.
So that's what happens when you grab Biscuit's attention. Biscuit says that to you.
Okay. I get it. So Biscuit's a demon devil thing. Gotcha.
Clarification. Is it coming out of the actual fox's mouth?
It looks like it is.
Okay, gotcha. I need you to do a insight on the animal. Or, I guess, that's probably the most appropriate.
24.
It takes you a bit.
Mm-hmm.
It takes you a good bit.
Yeah.
But it makes sense for Adric to question what just happened.
Yeah, it shows much.
Because beyond startling you a little bit, you try to get the fox to do it again. Try to get it to anything, and it just happily bounds around you. Its mouth moves every now and then. Almost like it tries to talk, like it's, like you give a dog peanut butter in their mouth, they'll just kind of like, or like they used to do to make Mr. Ed talk, they do the same idea. Nonetheless, outside of the fox's mouth smelling a little bit like jam, never talks.
Barks a few times.
Barks, trips, chills.
Is there anything else
Yips.
I could roll to figure out what that
Animal handling.
No, I meant like to figure out what it talking was, because I kind of have an idea out of character.
Yeah, animal handling.
Okay, there you go, I guess. Gonna give myself guidance for this one. That one, that's great. That's gonna be a 7.
Okay. You don't find the reason outside the fox did talk to you.
I do not like this place. Anyway, another roll. What would you have me roll for the doll?
The only thing you really know at all is that the animal does, of course, have a tag and collar, but there's nothing on it that says anything outside of...
Talking biscuit thing.
It says biscuit on the collar.
Yeah, I was going to say, it probably just says biscuit. And it's
Alright.
probably embroidered into the collar.
Mm-hmm. So, what would you have me roll for the doll
My
making?
demon child.
Good question. We're going to go ahead and take a quick break while Adric tries to figure out how to sew a doll.
Yay!
We'll be back in approximately 10 minutes to see if his doll making skills are up to snuff to a 3-year-old. Ooh, this is a real test.
It's like a
Worst challenge
terrible,
ever.
goofy, just amalgamation of cloth, and she's like, "Yay, I love it!"
Rips it to pieces in the first 20 seconds.
Cast flaming hands on it.
Anyway, we'll be back in approximately 10 minutes. See you beautiful people later.
Bye-bye.
10 minutes. Not
10
bye-bye.
minutes.
No.
Not bye-bye. Be right back.
Pretend.
BRB.
All right, cool. Good?
Yep.
All right. right, and we're back.
Hello.
So, we had Adrit making a doll for 3-year-old Anna,
Yes.
while Llamel was teaching 3-year-old Anna how to write her letters.
Still no fun.
Didn't think you were going to join a stream today with Teaching a Child. Welcome to Lammel's wonderful tips on raising a child with his assistant, Adrit.
Hello. I am Uncle.
Hold on. We need that clap sound. There we go. Audience there. All right. Anyway, jokes aside. Adrit, you were making a doll for little Anna, and how'd you do?
Well, let's see. I would say I did pretty well with a 21.
Sorry, don't mind Biscuit barking in the background, please.
Biscuit, shut up. Oh,
I thought it worked.
All right, so, yeah, with a quite successfully made doll.
And I kind of, while he's teaching her, which he's been teaching her for about like 10 minutes now. Because that's how long the ability lasts.
10 minutes, you say?
I walk over and I'm like, perhaps this will help you focus. And little stuffed animal biscuit. Is she undoing?
No. It's fuzz.
Okay. I thought you were just pulling thread.
It has some of Biscuit's hair on it already. 10 seconds. New record.
I just imagine she was like ripping the eyes out of this thing.
God, I'm not a monster.
To
You're
be
a child.
determined.
You are a monster.
I give it a big hug.
Hopefully that will help with the teaching.
I don't think so. I think it was more of a distraction, but it's a cute gesture nonetheless.
I still
Thanks,
have a lot
Lizard
to do.
Man.
You are welcome.
Who's Lizard Man?
His name's Adrit. Do you want to try writing that out?
No.
Well, it's only fair you give him a present back. Why not give him a letter with his name on it?
I'll write the big letter L and hand it to him.
She gave you a
Lizard
fat
man.
L.
That is not my name, but thank you.
Oh, hold on, I'll take it back real quick. I'm gonna draw a very crude picture of a lizard. Hand it back. It looks like a 3-year-old drew it, so.
Because
This is beautiful. Thank you.
I hug my little stuffed animal again. Can I be done with spelling? So we were doing spelling?
Did you get through all you need to today?
Yes.
Then I say sure.
I'm gonna roll insight on the yes.
I didn't.
Okay.
I did not.
I'm gonna have to roll it.
I
Have
did
you
not
ever
get
known a
through what I
child to be able to
needed
lie
do.
convincingly that young?
1.
It was me.
Would you like to take 10?
Take 10?
Yeah, like assume you had a 10?
Well, I mean, I thought we'd go with passive insight.
Which, yeah.
Take a 10.
It's a lying child.
Okay.
I'm full of shit.
Kids that young, you can usually tell.
I'm well aware.
They get a little bit older, nah, then you might need to roll.
Llamel, are you sure?
Especially if they're siblings.
You
They'll
can
be able to
run
really
around
convincingly
for-
lie.
30 minutes or so. It's not going to impact her studies.
She has been studying for maybe 10 minutes since we
I've
got
been
back.
studying for this many years.
I go over and I fold down a finger. Or 2.
Education is important, Llamel.
It is, but she's also 3 and has plenty of time to learn. I think she can goof off for a little bit.
She is your child, after all.
Yes, because I can come into her life and suddenly start making altering decisions.
Whether or not that is a
Working
good
so
idea
far.
is not for me to decide.
I think a 3-year-old doesn't need to be studying. If a 3-year-old can write out letters, I am genuinely impressed.
Over in one of the rooms, there's a door open. And said child's mother is sitting in a chair,
Mm-hmm.
staring out the window. Just, she's rocking in the chair. Chair's not rocking.
I think mommy's going crazy.
Llamel, do you think maybe you should talk to her? I do not believe you have spoken.
I think we've had passing... Yeah, fuck, I haven't said anything to her. I can't even convince myself that.
Just real quick, you got this.
I don't believe in myself, so I will take it. I walk in to the room where I assume she's alone.
I mean, one of the servants is in the room knitting something.
No, not enough to really care then. Gotcha. I place one of my... I place a hand on her shoulder. And I say to her,
Oh, sorry.
If you had mentioned her existence or even said something, I would have been there, right?
It's one of those things where I didn't even know. Not at first.
You just ended up in the capital and needed assistance.
No, I guess that part was intentional. So, I don't even know if you remember when I was in Reyes or not.
I don't remember the night.
Oh, it was a few nights, but okay.
She's like, ouch! Okay, I didn't know that my game was that weak. You wouldn't remember me at all.
And about a month or so of talking about dating, I guess. At least that's what I thought. But now I've clearly been corrected a bit.
My memory of back then is a little fuzzy.
Get hit in the head a lot in the Coliseum, it'll do things to your memory.
No, it's the alcohol.
And
He's like, I blame the alcohol.
No, I won my fights, thank you. Soundly, I might add.
just ignores all the scars and whatnot.
And he's been doing that since episode 1.
Okay, there you go.
I can't correct my past mistakes or indiscretion, but I can at least promise you I'll be there for you now. And for her.
If you say so. Took your sister to even get you here, I'm assuming. I wasn't going to say anything.
Well, it wasn't exactly her that made me come. It was the random summon. Otherwise, I wouldn't have come within a mile of the capital. Wouldn't have been allowed to.
I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I've been exiled since I was 6 years old.
What did he do to make him not that mad at 6?
Well, you see the kid, don't you?
I was born.
You're just like a bastard child?
That's secrets you'll get to learn.
Okie doke.
Stop asking him out of character.
I'm sorry.
You're going to make me accidentally say stuff.
Yeah, I know. Because you won't think about it. You'll just say it and be like, no, don't tell me anything.
Mm-hmm.
That makes things really awkward.
Oh, more awkward than they were already. Do tell.
I mean, sitting in a room with a man I've slept with is not the awkward part.
No, I didn't think it would be.
And you not knowing your daughter is my fault, not yours.
I just don't want it to be my fault that she grows up without a father.
That doesn't have to be the case, I guess.
As long as you're willing to allow me.
I'm not going to stop you.
Ultimately, she's the one who needs to accept me. I get that.
That'll be tough. There's like a moment where she just has this long stare that is seriously some memories of probably dealing with this child. And it looks like she has PTSD. Because like she almost is gone for a good 5 whole minutes. And her body's in tremors. But she's like, you can do, and she's not there. And it's not characteristic of normal PTSD. It's just a form of some sort of traumatic thing happened. But she does stop for a moment. And like, full on, just slaps crap out of her face. Enough to leave actual handprints. To kind of like snap herself out of it with like a muffled scream. And then kind of recomposes herself almost like it didn't happen. But she has the moment of embarrassment that lets you know she knows what happened to herself. Or at least enough.
I'll just act like it didn't happen. It's fine.
The servant just looks up for a little bit and stops the knitting, just making sure she's okay. But you can tell it's like, this has happened a couple of times. And she just seems more drained, like she's tired. Still can talk, it seems, but she just looks tired.
Well, I'll do what I can. That much I promise. If you need anything, you can ask.
Take her to a park. I haven't been able to in a while. And Prius servants aren't usually allowed to go into the lower quarters without business reasons, or her permission, or someone in the direct family. Something about how the contracts work.
Well, I've got to go buy a house anyway, so sounds like a little field trip for her. I'm sure she'll enjoy it.
That'll be different. Oh. Important. You may have noticed, but you may not have. It's been a short amount of time. She was born gifted.
I can see that.
I know she's not that bright. I know. So it's not that kind of smart.
I don't know, 3-year-old writing out letters, that's still pretty good for a tier family.
Those are more than letters. Those are full words, but alright.
Also being able to politely communicate at 3 years old is pretty good, but I know where you're going with this.
It's not just keeping an eye on her that's going to be important. That might not actually be physically possible, so be careful.
I'm just going to hold on to her, so it's fine. Piggyback rides and sitting on shoulders tend to make that a little easier.
Have fun with it.
I'll try.
Just for your own sake, be careful too. And that actually has a fond memory that is also tainted at the same time.
You get some rest. I'll take her off your hands for a while.
Okay. She pulls the blanket up a little bit more.
Hey, Anna.
Yeah.
You want to go to the park?
Dog.
No, I'm just trying to be sporadic and silly with you.
The scene's over. That goes away.
I get up from the chair and immediately run to the door. Class over!
What did I tell you? You don't need to announce yourself each time.
Yes, I do.
Let me see your hands. There's ink all over them.
Now, before we go,
I got it.
just prestidigitations
Yes.
them away.
Do you really?
Absolutely.
As she's walking up with a rag, she hands you the rag. You might need it, or you might not.
Do I see that she has, like, any stuff on her face or anything?
I mean, she's been cleaning, so probably. Dusty ceilings.
Oh, I'm not talking about the maid. I'm talking about the child.
Oh, okay.
I was
So we just clean the maid's face.
Did you not think it was? I thought he was talking to me.
No, I knew he was talking about her.
Oh.
You're such a good maid.
You deserve a little bit of treatment.
That's how I get stabbed.
No.
I was like, I didn't know I was cleaning.
The maid just dumbfounded says, "Thank you. It's the first kindness I've seen in so many years.
Yeah, don't get used to it.
Marry me."
I would. That's up to Jen, not my character.
What was the question?
Do you have anything like on your face, like some blueberry shit?
Probably.
I just take the rag and I like clean a little bit off your face. Gotta stay clean. if you're going to announce yourself, you want to look your best, don't you?
Class over.
That's what I thought. Priya, you ready to go?
Oh, I have other business.
Oh, okay.
I have to go to the Ministry of Industry today.
Oh, all right.
Friends to talk to, votes to gather.
All right. Well, you said we had other things to do, so do I need to be back here at any particular
Oh, that was
time?
up for Albert to take.
Oh, okay.
We're just trying to let him save face because I know he wasn't going to shoo you out.
Gotcha.
Or me, for that matter.
All right, that's fine. We're going to go out and have fun then.
You stay safe, Priya.
I am very good at that. Plus, worst case, I have Travis.
This is true.
Travis in the corner. Yo.
I've got a sword.
And a gun
Dang.
and a shield, so,
I mean, the man's strapped, it's fine.
Yeah.
You mentioned something about a park.
Yeah.
I quickly run into my bedroom and attempt to start changing.
I guess I can help
You
with that, or
failed.
let a servant do it. We've got servants.
Mm-hmm. I changed. I accomplished the goal, kinda.
Hooray.
Was there anything you wanted to bring to the park?
Biscuit. And I grab a rope and I tie it around Biscuit so he's got a little leash. We're good.
All right.
We're going to the park.
I go ahead and I hold your hand.
How can I hold Biscuit?
You have another hand.
Shit.
Adrit, Llamel, and now little Anna are leaving the tier compound area and heading back through that interesting tunnel tram lift thing. As you reach the station, you go in and wait for one of the essentially gondolas, I guess is a good way to put that.
All right.
One of those geode gondolas for you to appear. And you get on it. Out of curiosity, has Anna ever been on one?
Well, she had to get in here
Okay,
somehow.
but she remembers is my point.
Has she ever been
Shit.
out?
Yes.
Okay.
Whether or not the adults knew about it's a different story.
Okay.
Fucking 3-year-old just running around the city by herself. That's fucking ridiculous.
No, I'm familiar with
I got Japanese videos for you.
it.
There's one of them in it. It's on Netflix. You guys will never check it out. On the FlixNet. And yeah, there's a 3-year-old that actually goes shopping 4 blocks down and buys something, and they just basically hand a note to them, and they have the money, and they.
Hey,
come
I've
back.
seen dogs do it, man. If a dog can do it, I can do it.
I mean, it's not like you don't have a fox.
Yeah.
How do you think I reached the buttons?
As you come out down in the ministry level and proceed further down into the central region, where most of the major stuff is. Oh, wait, no, you have an appointment at the ministry, so no, you don't.
Mm-hmm.
You go to the Ministry of Law building,
Yep.
and it's grandeur, and it's now busy. Because, you know, middle of the day versus not.
So it's like DMV busy?
It's not that bad.
Okay.
It's like going to a bank and dealing with the fact that there's also, you know, Wall Street down the corner.
Okay.
So it's an obnoxious,
Yeah.
but yeah, you're just basically walking into a glorified, expensive bank at that point, and a law firm. People in business dress going here, there, otherwise. Some people that are not. There's a couple people arguing. They've already, you know, probably being talked to by one of the guards, which all the guards are armored. Clear markings for the ministry. Most of them tending to whatever's going on. You can go up to one of the kiosks like you did before. It's basically, you know, lamp, nice piece of cut granite, beautiful marble. There's always somebody standing at one of them.
Well, I've got an appointment.
Oh, in that case, who is it with? As I look here, you have... you are Llamel here?
Yes. I'm surprised you knew that just from looking at me. That's quite amazing.
No, you had papers. I appreciate that.
Oh, I forgot that I had those.
You are in B13. It's over there.
Thank you. Hey, because it is busy, I take child on shoulders.
A biscuit.
I take Biscuit and I hold him. That way you can also, like, pet him if you wanted to.
How calm is the fox?
He's used to being held. I'm 3 and I pick him up all the time.
So just limp limb? Like his cat?
He's not enjoying it, but he's tolerating it.
Gotcha.
And I'm sure an adult holding him like a normal human being as opposed to a 3-year-old is a little bit more comforting.
Grabbing him by the stomach. And hoisting him.
Oh, yeah. Or like hugging it between its upper legs against its body. Just
Yeah,
going,
he's just happy it's not a child holding him.
it's like Elmira and Buttons. Only Buttons in this case is actually smaller than Elmira.
Mhm.
Biscuit! Sorry, couldn't help it.
All right, Andrew, let's go.
All right.
Do you remember who you were meeting with?
No.
Okay.
B13?
No, who? Not where.
Yeah, B13.
B13, yeah.
That's his name.
Oh my
I
god.
don't know what that was his name. B. Dot. Last name 13.
Wow.
Law and PC guy.
You go over there and on the side of it, it's Franklin Zulik.
Franklin Zulik. I love it.
Man's basically just old enough to grow more than stubble. And is doing so in his proudest moments. But that's okay. He's got like a auburn style scruffy-ish beard it's coming in clean. Like in a sense that's not uneven.
Mm-hmm.
But like you and I both have more than I do. And I don't got shit. Comparatively. So it's more than Logan, less than us.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's pretty greased up, if you will, in the sense of like the hair has been slicked back. They're in a suit. They're trying to look as important as they can be. They're too small for the suit in reality. But they're doing a good job of it. And you got like a couple of like little chain bracelets. Clearly spent a little bit of money to make themselves look a little bit better.
He is trying his damnedest.
He's trying his damnedest. He even has like this piece on there with like a design where you would normally wear a watch because watches aren't a thing for most people.
He's also got a spider on his head.
That'll happen after he stands up to introduce himself. Franklin Zulik.
Lemelter.
Wonderful.
Edred.
And up on top, obviously. Hello, little girl.
That's weird.
And then something just starts.
Mhm.
How big? Like tarantula?
Fist. Yeah.
Like a tarantula, essentially?
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys see this?
He doesn't feel it though. You guys see it.
Just.
It is rather cold. They would often come inside for warmth.
Oh,
It is no longer on your head.
I start giggling
Would you turn around
uncontrollably.
so I could see if it bit your neck or anything?
they do that?
Yeah, they bite every now and then. You're fine. You're fine. Well, now that the mortal danger is out of the way,
That was in What?
That is considered a mortal danger.
to the fray.
Okay.
It is very small.
How big are they in your homeland?
If I owned this building, it'd be in fire right now. I'm not seeing.
We have crabs that big, but not spiders that big. Do you have crabs this big then?
What is a crab?
Oh, I'm gonna have to introduce you. I have an appointment to view some properties.
Right. The properties. Sits down, and this is where things are a little odd. Scan computers aren't a thing,
Damn it.
but
Big stone tablets and books are.
there's 2 crystal bars that are sitting on either side of his table. There's a lamp. It's not a keyboard because it's not a thing like that, but instead there are 2 nodes. They're mouse-ish shaped.
Ugh.
Just laser lighted Logan. And I might have done it to get. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. They're mouth-like without the buttons. But they're basically 2 little nodes.
I imagine the like roller things that were on like some keyboards.
Kinda. Like the way you would hold them is you hold them, but the bottom of it is super smooth.
Mm-hmm.
Like to the point that it almost like anti-frictions.
Oh, that sounds cool.
And he basically brings those up, waves them on the poles on each side so it recognizes them, and then just sets them down for a minute, which...
All I'm picturing is Stargate. The fucking Asgard technology.
I didn't even think about that, but no, I guess that could apply, but it's not really the thought I have.
No, that's all I'm thinking of,
The
though.
pieces that he has are made out of, like, pure, beautiful yellow quartz. It's probably some form of topaz.
Okay.
Just not a gem grade. Inside both of the crystals, you see what looks like water inside both of them. In Adrit's sight, he can actually actively see the spirits that are in it. They are like these little... They're non-winged sprites that have like fish fins and a tail, but it's the fishy tail, not a mermaid tail. And but their faces are very human-ish. But the body is more or less fish-like, even though it's human-skinned.
All right.
And made out of water. And they're just kind of swimming inside it.
They vibing?
I mean, they don't look unhappy.
Okay.
They vibe.
When he puts them down on the table lights up with like veins of what would be electricity if it came off the table. But you can feel the static charge that gets discharged initially. And then it goes into the poles, and they just maintain it inside. But they create a field that actually creates a visual across. And they have like this repeating pattern that maybe in sync and sometimes not. And it creates an image that's across its only script. There's nothing else. And it columns itself out in some places, otherwise it's just a pure paragraph. And no images past that. It's like skywriting, if you will, indoors at the end of the day. And he moves the things around, which is kind of like going through pages. And his left hand only goes left and right. His right hand goes up and down. And it takes a lot of practice, because you can tell occasionally he's screwing it up. And go, oh, wait, hold on, I gotta go back. And then...
Hold on, is this like an Etch-a-Sketch?
Yes.
That's a way of thinking about it. But they're more like mice, because he's constantly doing like this number.
Mm-hmm.
Like it mostly goes forward, like it's scrolling through pages. But like every now and then he's like scanning it. So what you'll see is the words as they're sitting there, they're usually just doing this, up and down.
Mm-hmm.
But every now and then you'll see it like move over and another set comes in and stuff like that. So you're not too sure how it's sorted at first. However, you can make an Arcana or a Perception check, your choice. They do have different results. You cannot make both, so whichever one you pick, let me know.
Perception 4.
You also see a frog on his head now?
Doesn't get any better for you. So he's just creating random crap on his head.
I want to roll Arcana,
else
but
am I
I
doing?
have a higher perception. Fuck,
D3 dancer.
I'll go for perception. 20, not natural.
Ooh, unnatural 20s.
Dirty.
Do
Dirty.
you plan to roll? Or does the kid not care?
It does not care. There was 0 fucks.
So perception?
Also, I'm busy.
You have enough proprioception to realize it's a sphere. Even though you're seeing it as a flat object, he's moving around something that would be a sphere. And it may be occasionally flipping panels, but otherwise it's just moving in that fashion. So it'd be rolling around a globe and you're only seeing a flat of it.
Okay.
Like how we make maps.
Yeah.
Same idea.
It's a bit weird.
So, however it's done, he's viewing a sphere.
Ball.
But so it does make sense with the desk as to why you guys are where you're at in relation to it. So he kind of, after he has it up and everything, he kind of turns to you all. So, Where are these coming from?
I think you are cursed.
I almost fall off of your shoulders.
Brace the leg so even if you were to fall, you would still sit on my shoulders.
Xanatos, please ward this man from pests.
Mama told me not to go to work today. She said it was going to be a bad day.
You can relax. It is a frog.
Not a venomous one either.
Wait, what? There's venomous frogs?
Maybe.
Usually they are poisonous.
What's the difference?
What if that's an attack frog?
Isn't that the ones that like rub on you then?
Or
The
if you
frog-
ingest them.
The frog on the
yes.
floor jumps closer to him.
Get away. Kind of like kicks at it. Eventually he punts it. Is it a will save? Wisdom save?
That's a good.
Whatever it is.
I didn't write it down. Give me a second.
He is interacting with it. I don't know if it's an
know.
illusion or not.
It's
I'm so
minor
confused.
illusion.
Oh, if it's an illusion, I couldn't have been able to interact with it.
Well, I was moving it with you.
Oh, you're just like...
Yeah, but you would still have a save.
Okay, what save do I make?
I don't know is what I'm trying to find out too.
Ah, okay.
I don't know what she's casting.
I'm
Because she has a couple of options that
minor
can do this.
illusion is what's happening.
Oh, yeah, then it's a wisdom save, most likely. I hope it's lower. This guy's screwed.
It's a fucking 11.
Yeah.
Intelligence save.
It's real to him.
It's not real accurate.
Which explains what you've been doing.
Yeah,
So you pick it up and you just ignore it because you assume the illusion's dispelled.
yeah.
And he goes and kicks at it, which... His foot like goes through it, right? Because it's just...
I mean, I'll move the illusion appropriately.
So the kid's up on top just going like this.
Yeah, that's why she's
Fucking
giggling like a
marionette
fucking
master.
madman.
Can
She's
I roll
not up there
insight
hiding
to see
it.
if I notice that she's fucking around with him?
Mm-hmm. It's a child. I'm going to say it's a little bit harder. So you should roll that with disadvantage.
And I'm on your shoulder, so it's hard to see me.
It's more that you're wiggling
Triple
anyway.
disadvantage.
Insight, that's a 10.
She's giggling a lot
A lot.
and wiggling. Look.
You do it to people who deserve it.
If there are any more creepy crawlies that appear on your scalp, please ignore them.
I hear scorpions are therapeutic.
You are only frightening him more. We are trying to get this settled.
Nah, I'm just jerking his chain.
He does not want his chain jerked. Clearly.
I don't know, it looks like he does.
There's a bunny that appears in front of his computer.
Oh, that's cute. Where'd it come from?
Hops across the desk.
I love how at this point, I assume Adrian knows because he saw things.
Yeah.
So he, like, he doesn't even need
Yeah.
an insight.
No. Not at all.
But he's just like, get together, Adrian.
Fucking same reaction. Still actually sees
It's a real
it.
cute bunny, isn't it?
He's going to pick it up and put it on the ground. And actually, he's going to think twice about it and try to go catch the rabbit real quick. You make it disappear?
Yeah.
In his hands?
No. When he goes to pick it up,
Oh, okay.
it's back on his desk.
You know it's illegal to use magic inside the Ministry of Law, right?
It's back on his desk.
He doesn't know it's the kid. He's assuming.
I just kind of pull him to the side and say, I believe you should look past this one. It is the work of the child, and trying to impose law on children is cruel that way. Do not break her poor heart, please.
Flick. Oh, this is going to be a thing, isn't it? Flick slap. Flick slap. Okay. I do have a couple of properties.
Yeah, one of your associates was talking to me about them yesterday. Some in the central area, one by the lake, which was odd.
Yeah, that one was odd. It's still available if you want to look at it. That's fine. We did have another one come in this morning, though, too. It's 2 in the central district, and then, the one by the lake.
I'm really just looking for a good value, more rooms for less money. I could give a damn about location.
They did mention that the lake one was rather cheap for its location, right?
It's also going to be bigger. I mean, I assume you need room for you and your family, looking at the child.
Yeah, and companions. I have frequent visitors.
So you entertain.
Yep.
Okay, so then the one that they mentioned yesterday that's in the Central District would probably be ill-advised. It's a 2-story, it's a stack on stack. It has a parlor. Maybe enough for a dining set for maybe 8 at best.
Yeah, that doesn't sound very good.
Okay, so I'll go ahead. We'll go and pull up. He goes ahead and basically double-clicks the right one on it, like taps it on the bar, and the whole system just pulls itself back in. What you notice is now the two things are separate, not flashing Logan in the face with the laser light, is that there's a ball that's actually embedded into the desk, and it like captures the lightning inside it and then just diffuses, like a grounded shock would happen. And it winks out with a bit of that static sound, but it doesn't make any contact with him. It's against the glass like the balls that you touch.
The electric balls, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. And it just kind of shuts down. Yeah, let me go ahead now. I can get the master keys and see if we can go and take a look.
Sounds good.
Sound good? Price point notation on here and everything. We're trying to keep it in. Wait, are you? I have it around 1 to 2,000. Was that about right?
It sounds about right.
Okay.
Llamel, do you have that kind of money?
The lake one might be slightly on the high end, but as we can work it out.
When?
This isn't a park.
We'll get there soon, sweetie.
Now the kid doesn't trust you. You were new. You had been given some trust. You have just lost that.
Did you not properly distribute pay?
Well, one of them is dead, and the others have been paid, so yes, I did.
And why is it that you have so much more?
That would be because I have a job. I am a gladiator, Adrian.
But when I met you, you told me you did not have much cash from that at the time.
No, I didn't have much cash at the time.
And you had not done any matches following that.
No, I had. You didn't watch them because you neglected me, Adrian.
No, we did not have time for that. I would have remembered. I want to roll insight.
I mean, if you guys really want to do that, you can. Deception and or persuasion. You did go back to the Coliseum a couple of times on your own. There is no reason that's not actually believable.
Yeah. No, I know. That's why I'm going to roll persuasion.
Okay. Whether or not Logan is onto the right track doesn't mean he's accurate.
That's a 19.
A 19? Okay.
Okay, 8.
Telling you the truth.
Seems plausible.
Fine then. That is not a problem since you are the one paying for the house.
I am putting you up, yeah.
I do appreciate it. You must know I also appreciate cash.
Everyone appreciates cash.
Adrian's
What's
fondness
cash?
with currency.
That's been a thing ever since the spell components.
I know, it's hilarious.
I'm just saying, I love it because like.
Session 1. Gwen,
Here's all my money.
Session everything else.
Wait a second. I need money.
He needed money for everything, as he learned. No, he didn't even care when he went to the restaurant either. He didn't care until after, and he went to go do magic and went, "You don't have the components for that." And he goes, "I need components."
I need components.
What do those cost? Money. I don't have that. Well, now it's.
I need to not be in debt to Llamel/Mafia.
They keep me around because I'm good at some things, and that's it.
So you travel up a few stairs, down a few streets, things like that. Do you manage to make use of a Ministry of Law cart, if you will. Once you're down into the Central District, it doesn't really do you any good getting out of the Ministry section.
Shopping district?
I mean, Central District's everything. It really is.
What's up?
Ice cream.
We have a minute to stop for ice cream?
I mean, I suppose.
Oh, cool. I get her a scoop
Stop.
or two.
Stop at a parlor. You have to get out and go in.
Yeah, I get a scoop of vanilla and a scoop of strawberry.
What is this iced cream?
Do you not like vanilla or ice cream?
What?
Are you sure you're my kid? Alright.
If I don't get chocolate, I start to throw icy cream.
I'll get you chocolate. I'll get you 2 scoops.
Do you know what this iced cream is?
Immediately start throwing icy cream.
Yeah, it's basically
very big.
they freeze a large block of ice and then shave it down into what would basically be like snow, but it's not dirty. And it's blended with dairy, with milk, and then partially refrozen.
I will also try one.
Sugar, usually.
How much will this cost? Iced cream man.
It's like
I'll cover. Also,
it's like a copper.
what was the name of the Ministry of Law guy?
Oh, Franklin.
Franklin. What flavor you want?
Oh no, I couldn't put it out like I put you out like that. No.
You couldn't put
No,
out
no,
like
no, no,
that. Ooh.
What
Whoa!
I'm taking you to dinner first,
All right,
Franklin.
Franklin, I'm getting you a scoop. What flavor do you want? Or I'm getting you whatever I see looks like the worst flavor. But I will grab pistachio.
I guess if that's the case, caramel's fine.
Okay. I get him a scoop of caramel.
This is the iced cream.
What kind did Adric get?
Like vanilla. And he just goes,
Okay.
Whatever.
"Ah!"
I just imagine the lizard tongue flicking it and just like immediately recoiling.
The whole thing in his mouth.
Ah!
Adrit.
This is not a tasty treat. My head. Why would you enjoy this?
Adrit.
And he does just that. He's like, it is quite sweet, but that was painful.
Do you have a piece of metal on you? One that's clean?
Huh.
Alright. So, if you ever have that sensation again, it's called brain freeze. What you want to do is you want to take that piece of metal, because it's warmer, and you put it to the roof of your mouth. And that'll alleviate the brain freeze.
I do not think this metal would be warmer since we are in such a cold climate.
It's been pressed against your body, has it not? And it's been insulated by your cloak.
She takes out a fucking dagger.
And it's
No.
and it's going to be
That's what
warmer
metal
than
he had
your
on
ice
him.
cream.
You don't have a dagger, do you?
No, not me.
I mean, you
No,
might.
never- so
He
she
does
was
just
doing-
that. He's like,
I don't have any
Alright.
weapons on
Ran
me.
away with a table knife or
Thank
spoon.
No.
I got you, Adrian.
I do not think I will be having iced cream ever again.
Did you put me down, or am I still on top of your shoulders?
I figure you're still on top of my shoulders.
I'm starting to drip ice cream over your head.
That's
Not
fine.
on purpose, just because I'm 3.
That's fine.
And you probably got her a cone, not thinking about it.
No, I definitely got her a cone because I got her 2 scoops.
Okay.
He's just got like brown marks all over his hair.
I've eaten like half of a scoop, and the rest of it's just fucking melting all over your head.
I figured I was going to share it with you.
Oh.
So what you don't eat, I'm going to then end up eating.
Okay, well, I hand you a mostly melted ice cream. I eat like half a scoop because I'm 3.
Yeah. But you liked getting 2 scoops because it was a spectacle.
Yeah,
Damn right I did.
exactly.
I love it. So,
I give some to a biscuit too.
Biscuit probably can't have chocolate.
Well, he just did.
the fox isn't going to eat it because it's cold and ice.
I tried.
It might sniff at it forever, but it will not eat it. Franklin's like looking at it. This is already pretty cool. We should probably see the house, though.
Yeah, maybe.
So you roll up on a house that has been painted largely blue. At least the facade is. It's got white standing lanterns on wood posts that are powered with the same gas tubes as most of the city's main streets. It has a front stoop and step. It's 6 steps that lead up to essentially a patio. Patio is not all that big. It's just big enough you could probably put a decent chair on it. And it's got a nice door. The door is a riveted wood, solid, like aspen wood. The rivets are just as much decoration as actually keeping the timbers to a primary board on the other side. It has a knocker.
Ooh, fancy.
Ooh, it's got a fancy little knocker that's actually in the shape of a bird with some question marks. Very fantastical, not a like heron or something like that. Outside of that, it has interesting trim. All the windows have shutters on it and slats for the shutters. All the trim work for it is like this. It's not wood brown. It's like stained this deep dark, like coffee brown. Otherwise, there's ceiling pieces that have basically been put in. The ceiling pieces being all stonework. Craftsmanship's pretty solid. I mean, you don't want to get sieged, but Doctor Strange ain't got shit on this. I guess. No, I'm kidding. It's not that big. When you go inside, it has an immediate foyer that is vaulted into oblivion. It's 2 stories up with a solid glass chandelier or crystal. You'd have to get up there to find out for sure. Could be either or. Dangling on a silver chain. It has settings that you can reach from what looks like a 2nd story balcony that overcuts the foyer that you could probably light. And they have wax traps so that nothing would come down. But it is candle lit. When you're outside, there's a window that's up there that would probably see the chandelier as well. You have no idea how well it'll light the lower floor, but
It won't.
it might. It might not. It's hard to tell. There's 2 sconce-style candelabras where it's actually covered in the front side, but the candle basings are on the back side. They are actual candle basings, and the glass is meant to enhance the light. There's a box and tinder set that's there, and he lights them for it. The smoke gets captured with the way the sconces are made, and it actually cycles down, so it actually goes into the sconce frame. So you can wipe it out daily if you need it to, stuff like that, instead of it burning the side of the wall. There's a table that's been set up that's more of like one of those, the foyer style tables where it's really like raised up to about here. It's decorative. Usually people put flowers or something or.
Yeah, it serves zero purpose whatsoever.
Zero purpose except to collect your keys, the mail, and maybe a dog leash. Maybe. It does have a couple of drawers for knickknacks that you're probably going to forever throw in there and never remember.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. Central to it, as you're walking in, you can see right on the other side of this, what looks to be a large room, is a central hearth. It has a full chimney of that stonework all the way up. It's a double hearth, so it's almost as wide as this wall would be. So a good 8 to 10 feet, give or take. It does have a line going into it, so it is gas started. It won't be maintained, so you'll have to put logs and stuff in it. With that wonderful metal grating that is pretty common. Slightly raised platform, so if a dog wants to sleep on it, it can. Or a fox.
Or an adrit.
Or an adrit. Clearly, you might have to fight adrit off of it. On either side of the room, since it is a split, divided room, because the way the foyer comes in, it's empty on both sides. But on the left side, it's set up like there's, because the outside has like a partial turret, if you will, so it's like not octagonal, but kind of, where the walls are clearly here, here, and here, and a door in here, kind of thing. The door goes into a bedroom that looks to be like a master style one. It's got the dual doors on the main floor. On the other side is a second room that's very similar, but it's squared out instead of being that styled. And attached to the back side of it is a kitchen space and a walkout room that would be like a mud style room or something like that. So if you came in on the side from the alley side, you could come in, which would actually be on the back side of the building. You could come into that room, change, or if you had stuff for the very small lawn you're going to see that isn't really a lawn. It's more of just a, hey, you've got a spit of land you can actually do something with, and it's only on one side of the house. The kitchen itself is not stocked. It's a drop-in stove that can be either charcoal or wood lit. That feeds up and out the building. On the side that the turret is on, the wall that cuts here where the hearth is, I guess it'd be on this side, right? Cutting this way. Mm-hmm. Stairs go up. On the top of the stairs is a large hallway, what looks to be a essentially latrine set, which there is one in the master as well. But there is not one on the first floor otherwise. Theoretically, it wouldn't be guests that would be using it necessarily. You just go upstairs. Then there are 3 rooms that can be purposed however you would want to. It's divided on one side. The 2 rooms are divided by the chandelier and where the chandelier is set. The house itself, if you had to guess, is about 1,600 square foot in modern terms.
That means nothing to me.
Means it's a pretty fair-sized house.
Okay.
Fair-sized house. By any means.
It is not theoretically a 4-bedroom, but it has 4 rooms and 2 common rooms.
All right.
The backyard, they show you would get through from the mudroom side. It's not really a garden in the sense of a show garden. It's meant for you to basically grow like local herbs and stuff like that. It does have a greenhouse set up, and there's actually 2 features of the house that he points out. One is in relation to the actual stove system. You can put wooden stuff in there, and it won't smoke or anything like that. There's actually a magical system that's built into the piping that actually filters the air all the way through, so all the air will get sucked into it that's inside that chamber, and it'll get filtered, and the air that comes out will not be like smogged everywhere. Additionally, it regulates its own heat, combination of the way it's designed and this piece of stonework that's put in there and inlaid is apparently designed that if you need to cook on it, it'll act like an oven, even though it's direct fed wood on top of it, underneath it. The second part is in the mud room and the green space, if you will. You can grow the herbs in this climate one way or another because it regulates the air temperature in there, and it keeps it relatively at about 55, 60 degrees at all times. That's in the garden set. You don't even need to actually put, one of the things out there to light a fire. The whole back is basically going to arch over it. That's all wood paneling, and all through the paneling is this laced silver. And that laced silver somehow regulates the air.
Okie dokie.
This one is asking $22.50.
$22.50? That's still well within budget, and I could furnish it afterwards.
Down.
Yes, Anna.
I start running around the house like a fucking madman.
Has room for the family. I could stuff a kid in a room and I could have guests over. And then plenty of open space.
Yeah, the turret side room is huge. You could probably put 12 people and entertain them no problem openly. And on the other side, you could put a table in for 10. Mm-hmm. It can be round or square.
Yeah, I don't think I need to see any other property unless you got something that's an incredible value like this.
I mean, the lakefront is asking 31. It should be 6,000. So it's only if you want a deal. If you're not needing the space, that's your choice. It's up to you.
The lakefront, you said 6,000 square foot?
No. It would be asking normally 6,000 gold, but it's right now only asking 31. It's probably twice the size of this place.
Well, 31's a little out of budget, though.
Oh, well, in that case, we don't really need to see it.
Yeah.
Is Andrew trying to see if he can add money to this?
Edric trying to be an investor.
I have 374 gold.
The problem is furnishing it afterwards, or hold on.
Where have you gone? Because that's more important to me.
You said there's an upstairs where I'm left unattended.
Yeah, you can run upstairs if you want to.
Sounds great.
They make that wonderful, hardwood sound that doom, 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 doom. You probably can't run up them.
No, but I would try my damnedest.
Oh, yeah.
Probably,
yeah.
probably do the
That's
thing where you
fun.
like crawl on your
Yeah,
hands.
of course. Just like the first 2 steps are like that, like confident lifting of the leg thing. And then there's a balance issue, and then a confident lifting. And there might be tap, 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 and then that's it.
Yeah.
I'm going to go lay down on the floor in whatever fucking room is up there that I'm kind of by myself and just.
There's 0 carpets in this place, just so you know. I'm not gonna be.
I'm gonna
So
lay
everything
down on the
goes.
floor and just sit there quietly, contemplating, thinking, getting angry and upset.
That you're not in the park.
No. That I'm 3 years old.
Oh, so a realization is happening?
Yes.
Oh boy.
So as your first on camera realization happens, you recall a room or space, you're not certain, that had a really pretty view of the sky. And the walls and everything were this really old mismatched stonework. Like really old. They were topped with wood. It's slowly been rotting time more than anything. Nearby, there are about 20 odd corpses. Each of these corpses has been stripped of anything of value, including their clothes, shoes especially. Because shoes are an important commodity for an army. And each of the bodies has been mutilated in a different way. Most of them are missing biceps, their pectorals, their entire lower legs, like hamstring, calf muscles, is all gone. And there's this interesting smell of pork. A couple of men and women cheering, our job well done. You get your first bite when it comes back, when you're back in the house.
There a window.
Of course.
Cool. I'm gonna get up to the window. Can I see any of the spires?
From the keep?
Yeah.
Sure, why not? One of the bedrooms is bound to.
There we go. I'm just gonna look up at look at all the spires longingly.
As you do, these tattoo weavings run up and down your arms. Very, very tribal. Look like henna tattoos. They're not there very long, but they were there when you woke up. If you could see your neck or your legs right now, they're there too. In fact, they're your entire body, and even there's some on your face. And they fade pretty quickly. You see them like almost recede into the core of your body.
Spooky.
Anna or Anna,
Don't know my fucking name.
come on down. We gotta
Piece
check
of
out the
shit
other
dad
property.
exists.
I must say, Llamel, if you're worried about furniture, well, stop being so worried. While we have the house purchased at the lakefront, I can go about apprenticing, and instead of pay, I can ask to be paid in furniture. Do not worry, Sanitas will provide me the knowledge I need.
Is there anything upstairs I can use?
Yeah. Or I could make
as
money
like a
in
sled
the
to get
Colosseums around here.
downstairs?
And we could furnish the house from the winnings.
I figured
I don't
you'd
care
have
what
other
it
business
is.
to attend
Anything
to.
that'll be
There's a
I'm
efficient.
sure I
basin
do,
pan
but
inside the
I can
latrine that would be used for
work on the side.
like
That's no problem.
Great.
there's a drain set that's in the way the way the drain set is done. It's 2 separate pieces. When you walk in, there's a side door that's a slat door you push in, and inside there is a very large ceramic upraised tub, and then there's a drain in the ground and a space where you can kind of sit and like rinse and everything. And on the wall, there's a spout piece
Mm-hmm.
that can be turned over the tub or over this area. But there's a basin pan that would be there. Normally you would fill with just enough water and some soap so you can perfume and lather. There's a pan,
Prestidigitation.
So it's clean. Nice.
And then I'm going to sled down the stairs.
Athletics.
Oh god. Tumbles, breaks neck, dies.
I mean, if she gets a 1, this is going to be hilarious because it doesn't line up with the front door at all.
4.
Boom!
I start crying.
You come down the stairs, you're going to take 2 points of damage as you hit the wall, tumble out, ringing of the pan, that twang, wang, 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 wang.
I go running over. Actually concerned for your well-being.
I also run over. How does she look?
I'm crying.
She's crying
hysterically.
and she's just as shocked as a small bruise that's slowly forming on the top of her head because she hit the wall.
So just bruised, no visibly broken bones or anything?
No.
No.
She only went not even quite 10 feet.
I don't know how much HP
She
a
traveled more than
3-year-old
10 feet.
has.
She didn't go more than a D6 down, which is all that matters.
Okay. I quickly do a prayer, which should restore her back to full, because I'm using healing word, and I said...
As long as it's at least 2 hit points.
Yeah, no, it's
So
at least
important
4.
things about healing versus hit points. Hit points are more the dynamic effect of damage. They are not the actual healthiness of yourself.
Right.
So,
I'm still bruised.
so you still have a bruise for the rest of the day, unless you can explain how your magic actually soothes the child too.
I just want to make sure that she's physically well, so I don't care if the bruise
Like,
is
she's
there.
not.
Edward's like, you'll learn.
That's actually along the lines of what I was going to say is I can see the pan, right?
Yeah, it's on the
The
ground.
stairs
Oh, yeah,
and
no, it's
everything.
next to me.
You have made a foolish mistake, but you shall not suffer from it. But you will learn. And then you get your health back.
And then after.
Physically fine, scared and battered a little, but the batter will go away.
That's all right.
After about 5 minutes of crying, I finally stopped.
5 whole minutes.
Yeah. I felt pretty hard.
Franklin looks awkward as hell.
Well, Franklin, I think we're going to check out that other property. I might be able to squeeze out a little more from the bank.
All right. Well, you make your way up. You get to the house. It's got a wrought iron and stone gate wrapping around the property.
That's pretty cool.
It has a front courtyard, a garden courtyard, 2 arch sets that are set out of made from the bushes that have been cleaned for it. And the house itself is a 2-story laid out, like, I don't know. I know the proper term for it. My brain is escaping, but it's basically stonework on the first floor.
Mm-hmm.
And it's got like stairwell coming up onto it. Porch that essentially goes all the way down the side, but there's these huge log timbers that go all the way through it. Craftsman. That's what I'm thinking of. Like Portland Craftsman's.
Oh.
But it's more like how they make them over in Europe, where the first floor is like this super stout looking structure, right? And then on above is a box that's been done mostly with like plaster and crushed rock and supported by timbers. So it has like that X pattern in places.
Oh,
You know what
so
I'm talking
like the traditional medieval style looking house where it's like
Yeah.
rustic and everything and
But this is like cleaned up and really
really fancy.
gentrified.
Okay.
It's bougie Irish housework.
Yes.
Irish housework. Nice. The garden itself is in mildly ill repair. But for as fancy as this place is, you can barely tell unless you know. It just looks overgrown.
Ah.
It has 2 statuaries. They're not big, a couple feet tall, on both sides of the garden, with some topiaries attached to it. Garden seems to wrap all the way around the fence property. Property fence goes all the way to the lake. When you take a look around the house, there are 4 rooms on the base floor, in addition to a meeting room, a parlor that's attached to it, and a study, along with the kitchen. So you would have a master, what would probably be like a bassinet room for like a baby. It's not really all that big, but it's big enough to put like a bassinet in it, and then some needed things for a baby and stuff like that. And a lot of over storage that would be done in wood shelving. There's 2 latrine sets, one for the master, one actually in as a service. Kitchen is just like the other place with one big exception, and that it actually has electricity. So the lighting in the place is not wax and candle lit and stuff like that, or wood burning. It has a dual hearth, one on both sides of the structure for the first floor, and that same hearth feeds the heat and actually heats the floor of the second floor from the hearth. There are no actual fireplaces on the second floor, but the floor itself is heated.
Adrian's gonna love that.
He's just gonna lay on the floor and never get the hell up. On the top floor, there's a room that would be kind of built more like a study because it has one of those large windows that has like the, like captain style glass that's like been slightly smoked out that looks over the lake.
Ooh.
It's absolutely gorgeous. And you can see the guards on the blood set where the tree used to be. It's in the distance, but you can still see it. Otherwise, there's 2 bedrooms on one side, a bedroom, and then like an office style up on the top floor with like a writing desk that's in there. The place is not really furnished, but some of the stuff's built into the structure. The writing desk is actually wired to the electricity, and each of the rooms actually have wired electricity into it as well. The latrines have functional gravity plumbing. Not as good as modern plumbing, but it's like
it works.
like late 1800s, early 1900s plumbing. So pull chain, flush out.
St. Augustine, yeah.
Yeah, stuff like that. And you find those old houses. Savannah, Georgia has some of those. And they're asking 31. Like I said, it should be 6 at least. It will need some work over time to the Magic Works. They're in good repair. According to this, they were last service 5 years ago. It's recommended at 4, so they're past recommendation, but they're listed for functionality up to 7 years. So you probably need somebody to take a look at that at some point.
I got a guy.
Okay. Past that, just some basic repairs. I mean, it shows you the outside. The place definitely needs to be painted. The main wood timbers could use refreshing and replacing. Wood shutters are in okay condition. The important thing is on the backside. That big ass window, all of the wood trim work that is on it, it's built like a stained glass window, so it's actually molten lead that keeps it all together. But it had wood trim on the outside to make it all nice and pretty. And there was this nice paneled facade all the way down the back. It's all blasted. Like it got lit on fire at the base and smoked all the way up.
We'll see.
The whole backyard torched.
That probably has to do with why it's so cheap.
Exactly why.
And you said you have a view of what used to be the tree?
It does have a view of it. Uh-huh.
I'm just going to be staring out at that.
Mm-hmm. So, did you want to buy it? As he's looking at the torch look of the whole thing and...
Well, Anna, do you like it?
There's no stairs.
There's stairs. You have to go to the second floor.
Oh shit, I wasn't paying attention.
I mean, that's in character, so...
Do you like this place or the last place more?
Biscuit, what do you like?
It's probably barking at the island. Like barking, trilling at it.
Me too. Can I see the towers from this one?
Yeah, it's that direction. Because the central district looks back towards, like you can see the ministry level and the clan level and then the keep.
In
it's all on the backdrop.
Of distance from the 2 houses, which one is closer to the... I mean, this one's obviously closer to the tree. Which one's closer to the towers?
This is too, because it's higher up.
This one.
All right.
You heard her. We'll take it.
All right, I'll draft all the paperwork and everything. We'll bring out an assessor and a signer, and we'll send them to your residence, your current residence, by the end of the day, possibly tomorrow, and we'll get a transfer for the ministry to transfer the funds.
Okay.
Scorpion.
My current place of residence, I'm staying with my sister Priatir in the
I assume you're up in the clan district, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, it would take a clan member to actually be able to afford this place. even at this price.
That is a question I would ask. How would a guard who is paid copper a day be able to afford even the last place?
They wouldn't. Usually it's a upper guild member or companyman that would.
The economy, it's in shambles.
Well, no, it's working pretty well. Most of them just live outside the city, from what I understand.
There's sprawl beyond the gates.
How unfortunate.
So yeah, we'll work it all out, and we'll get it all signed up.
Okay, sounds good.
And that's where we shall close out with Llamel buying a house.
My second house,
He
actually.
didn't even address the scorpion.
I didn't, because he doesn't know it's there. And Hadrit didn't do anything about it either, so he's gonna walk away with a scorpion on his head. And then you know who's gonna react? The cart driver. They're probably both gonna go, ah! Alright, so that is the end of episode 13.
Yep.
Ooh, we
13 and a half.
it would be cursed.
We're catching up to Adavar real fast.
Shh, don't say that. That hurts people's feelings, and I don't want to go there. Yeah, so we'll be back next Monday. Barring technical issues, we should be. We'll make any announcements on the Instagram and whatnot. Otherwise, thank you again to our sponsors, Critical Hit Gaming Supplies, and I always forget the other one.
Fan roll.
Fanroll, there we go. I knew their old name, and now it's like trying to switch.
And side quest cards.
And the Side Quest Cards and Games brought to you by Zach and Jen. Links for each of those sponsors and the support codes are going to be in the links on YouTube. If you wish to follow us, feel free to do so. That way you can see the edit cleanups as we post them, usually towards the end of the week or first the next week. We're trying to get on a permanent cycle. And of course, always on Twitch. Feel free to subscribe and follow us to keep updated on Instagram. And otherwise, is there anything else we can cover?
We're all good.
I think we're good to go.
All right. Remember, we're totally online gaming group. Have a wonderful night, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye.